Mm, mm. All right, what is up, everybody? FightHype.com live again for a huge fight overseas in Saudi Arabia. Usyk, Joshua 2, the rematch for the unified heavyweight championship titles of the world. But first, we're getting started with two undefeated heavyweights, Big Bang Zhang from China and Flip Hrgovic. Flip Hrgovic really been an avoided guy in this division, was supposed to fight Michael Hunter, was supposed to be due for, this #1 IBF position, but Big Bang Zhang was the guy willing to get in the ring with him, willing to risk his undefeated record. So here we are in round one, Flip Hrgovic and Big Bang Zhang in this co-main event from Saudi Arabia. So Hrgovic expected to win this fight. Zhang, probably gotta be one of the most notable heavyweights we've ever had from China. But he is undefeated, but he's almost 40 years old. Not as sharp and as fast as Flip Hrgovic, who's also younger, had the better amateur background, and he's expected to win this fight. But the big southpaw Zhang here in the first minute takes shoots a nice left hand to the body. He is the big southpaw, and Hrgovic starting with his jab to the body here in the center of the ring. First minute going by here in round one. Yeah, Hrgovic backing off Zhang with a double jab. Now he shoots a straight right to the body, but Zhang not getting touched yet too much. Using his gloves to block what's coming back. He blocks Flip Hrgovic's jab. Hrgovic shoots another straight right to the pit of the stomach. Zhang now coming forward, keeping that guard up. Shoots in the jab, falls short with it. Hrgovic trying to throw a lead left hook. Good straight right hand for Hrgovic. And that is Hrgovic's best punch, is his chopping right hand. Throws another right hand that lands on the southpaw. And usually a good straight right hand will land against the southpaw when thrown at the right position, and that is Hrgovic's best punch. Throws a good right hand from mid-range, does Flip Hrgovic. And he's starting to get off with it now in round one. Shoots off another right hand off the double jab. Zhang getting away from that one, but you can see Hrgovic starting to line him up here already in the first. Good jab to the body by Hrgovic. Hrgovic shooting that straight lead right hand through the guard. Shoots it again. Falling short on the chest, but you could see he's getting closer and closer, more accurate with it as this round's going on. Good right hook by Big Bang Zhang, drops Flip Hrgovic. Good lead. That was a nice lead right hook. Cuffed him on the top of the head, kind of a check hook from Big Bang Zhang. Hrgovic opening up with his jab and walked into a lead check hook from Big Bang Zhang. Just when I told you Hrgovic was starting to land that straight right hand down the middle, he gets put down. Hrgovic on a little bit shaky legs here. Touching with his jab. Range finding with it. Yeah, his legs aren't quite underneath him. 15 seconds left in the first. Let's see if Big Bang Zhang tries to follow up on it. Hasn't really let anything go yet. 10 seconds left. Big Bang Zhang getting Flip Hrgovic to the ropes. Lands a straight left hand. Hrgovic still a little weary, but he's going to make it out of this first round. 10-8. For the big Chinaman. 10-8 for Big Bang Zhang. Let's see here. Yeah, for you guys joining us, I know a lot of you don't have DAZN. I believe the fight's on pay-per-view and Sky Sports back across the Atlantic over in the United Kingdom. And over here in the United States, this fight is on DAZN. That's what I'm watching the fight on. Again, on this replay, cuffing the top of the head of Flip Hrgovic. He let out that jab. Jab came back slow, still had it out there, and boom, got caught on the top of the head with a right hook by Big Bang Zhang. Wasn't a brutal knockdown, but it was a legit knockdown. Flip Hrgovic a little weary after that. Maybe was starting to get a little too comfortable already in the first round, and he walked into that hook from Big Bang Zhang. What's up, everybody in the chat? Thanks for joining us. For everyone just joining, we're here about to start round two in the co-main event, the chief support bout before this eagerly anticipated rematch for the unified heavyweight titles between Usyk and Joshua. Here comes Flip Hrgovic in the first 10 seconds, starts with his own lead left hook. Now he starts with his jab, touching again with his jab. Big Bang Zhang touching with his own jab as well. Hrgovic touches the stomach with the jab, shoots a right hand through the center, but Big Bang Zhang blocking it. Hrgovic double jab, touching with it, but Zhang getting his hands up. Zhang being steady here. goes forward, lets go of a right hook. Hrgovic uses his feet to get out of the way. But Zhang trying to, the older guy, not as quick with his hands, trying to time Hrgovic here, and he did that well in the first round with that right hook. Hrgovic with a nice right hand through the center, sets up a left hook that lands on the top of Big Bang Zhang's head. Now a right hand, left hand combination by Hrgovic, but Zhang with his gloves up to catch it. Zhang coming forward, straight right hand lands for Hrgovic. He gets off with that better hand speed through the center. Hook to the body lands for Hrgovic. Hrgovic stepping over to his right. Zhang staying forward, goes with a straight left to the head and goes to the body. A couple of good body shots there by Big Bang Zhang. Halfway through the second now. Both fighters in the center of the ring. And straight right hand through the center for Flip Hrgovic, but Zhang getting his hands up. Zhang keeping his hands up, staying steady, staying in front of Hrgovic. Hrgovic prods with a straight right to the body. Now he touches Zhang with a jab. Hrgovic letting go of 3 shots, lands a straight right hand to the body. Straight right lands for Hrgovic in the center of the ring. Nice touch jab to set it up. That's his best punch. But Zhang taking these right hands well early on. Being forced to box a little bit here is Hrgovic. Good straight right hand for Hrgovic again. Straight right hand again off a 3-punch combination. Lands through the center for Hrgovic. Now he swipes to the body with the right hand. 40 seconds left in the second. Hrgovic having a good round. Zhang shoots a straight left and just misses with a right uppercut off that straight left. Shoots another straight left. They exchange hooks. Hrgovic in there with a tough competitor in Zhang. Zhang taking his chances. He's a big guy. He's a big guy, and he's been a little craftier maybe than we thought, but a nice straight right hand does land for Hrgovic. He follows it up in combinations. Zhang just getting his hands up to block after that. 10 seconds left. It's been a good round for Hrgovic. Hrgovic touching with his jab. Zhang keeping his hands up. Straight right through the center again by Hrgovic. That's all he's looking for, really. And that's it for Hrgovic. After 2, 19-18, Big Bang Zhang with the 1-point advantage because he gets the knockdown in the first round. 1 round apiece, 19-18 for the big man from China. What's up, Daniel? Daniel Villafuerte, thank you for joining, man. 3 pumps. I like boxing as well. To Kenneth Molvik says, show us. Yeah, for you guys asking if we can show you, obviously we can't. We don't have rights to the fight. But for those of you at work or who aren't able to catch the fight on the zone, I got you live for a live round by round, going to be as descriptive with the action as possible, particularly in the main event. Want you to feel like you're there as much as possible, kind of like the old radio fights when Joe Louis was fighting and Sugar Ray Robinson. Sometimes people had to catch the radio call. So, yeah, we got that. Someone said you're a bit backed up. Let me see if maybe I can make sure I get in all the way live. Okay, yeah, I think we're all caught up now. Ref separates them here about 20 seconds into the first. Looks like we had a headbutt here. And getting a look at Big Bang Zhang and Hrgovic. Nothing that's going to stop the fight. Oh, good. Damn. Big cut. Big cut for Hrgovic right along the top of his head. Doesn't look like it's in a spot that will threaten his vision too much, but that had to be from a nasty headbutt. Doctor taking a good look at it. Good gash right around his hairline for Flip Hrgovic. I'm sure he doesn't want this fight stopped. This is a guy who's had to put off a lot of delays, a lot of guys pulling out, not wanting to fight him for the mandatory IBF spot. And he wouldn't want a no contest here or something ending on a headbutt. Shout out to Happier Javier. Thank you, brother. We appreciate that. All right, action resumes now. And Hrgovic again, quicker hands, a little sharper, but Zhang with some good steadiness. Slow and steady sometimes will beat a lot of guys. And Zhang with good composure and resolve early in this fight. Moment not too big for him. Good straight left for Zhang lands. Right as I say that, a little interruption in my stream. And okay, yeah, Zhang following it up with a good combination. And yeah, he got Flip Hrgovic's attention with that straight left hand. and actually is performing a little better than some of us, myself included, may have thought. I thought, even despite the undefeated record, because of his age, because of his inexperience at the top level, and that he's not the fastest guy, that maybe Hrgović could have an easy time here. But Zhang is in this fight here in round 3. Zhang again unloading with a right hook, follows it up with a straight left behind, backs Hrgović on the rope. Hrgović not getting hit clean with those shots, but Zhang imposing himself there and letting his hands go and backing him to the ropes. Straight right through the center for Hrgović, another straight right, but Zhang doing a decent job offensively, not getting hit with full impact from the shots. Zhang keeping his hands up as Hrgović lets his hands go in combination. Halfway through the round, and I think Zhang might be a little ahead. He's landed some hard left hands this round. Hrgović just off with a check hook. He tried to time Zhang, who led with his own right hook, and he almost caught him with his own left hook coming in. Just off with it was Hrgović there. Another straight left through the center for Zhang. Hrgović getting his hands up, but Zhang getting his shots off. Minute left in the third. Straight left lands for Big Bang Zhang. Hrgović trying to come right back with his straight right, but Big Bang Zhang blocking it and lands his own straight left right back again. Zhang winning the third round. Straight right for Hrgović, but Zhang getting his hands up. Zhang lets a good straight left go, and he actually catches Hrgović with a right hook after that. Hrgović covering up and takes a right hook to the body. Zhang surprising him with a right hand in that exchange. Right hook, left hand to the body for the big man from China. 30 seconds left. Zhang having a good round, lands another left hand through the center. Hrgović trying to reach around the guard with a right hand, but Zhang keeping his hands up. Now Zhang popping his jab, coming forward, catches a straight right through the center with his high guard, catches another combination from Hrgović, who's not committing to some of these shots. Good left hand landing through the center, and you can see on Hrgovic's face that he knows he's in a fight now. Hrgović letting his hands go in this final 10 seconds, but Zhang gets his hands up to block and lands a hard, short inside right hook at the bell. Good round for Big Bang Zhang. 29-27 Big Bang Zhang. 2 rounds to 1 plus the knockdown in the first. Daniel Villafuerte, when I saw you at the Teofimo fight, I looked over to see if you had black 11s, and you did. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's no hype. I do love the Jordan 11s. Charles Banks saying Joshua is overrated. I said it long ago. He gets beat twice. Well, he's not overrated for getting beat twice. You're gonna lose, especially in the heavyweight division. You're gonna lose championship fights. He deserves credit. Right now he's probably comfortably. Even if he loses tonight, and I did pick Usyk, but Joshua's probably comfortably slotted in as the second best British heavyweight of all time behind Lennox Lewis. I think he's certainly done enough to be ahead of Frank Bruno. So, Joshua's no bum. Even if he comes up short tonight, he's already had a pretty good career. But here we are back in round 4 now. And let's see if Big Bang Zhang is really going to keep us on upset alert. He's gotten off to a good start in this fight. I got him up 2-1, up 2 points with the knockdown through 3. And he's coming forward, slow and steady, keeping his guard up, catching the combinations by Hrgović. And Hrgović taking a little something off of his punches at times to try to land, not fully committing to his right hand like he always likes to. And Hrgović is getting backed up here in the first 30 seconds of the third. Good body shots as he's back to the ropes. Good body work by Big Bang Zhang. Hrgović letting go of a combination in the center of the ring. Gets off to the body, lands a left hook to the body, shoots the right hand through the center, but Zhang getting his hands up. Good straight right hand does land for Hrgović there. Zhang coming forward. Hrgović sliding out to his right, stepping over to his right. Shoots a right hand. Hrgović getting his right hand blocked, backed into the corner now. Shoots another straight right hand with his back near the corner. Lands a straight right hand, lets his hands go. Zhang getting his hands up to block after landing the right hand. Hrgović getting off a little more here. Straight left through the center for Zhang lands, though. Now he clubs around the guard with a left hand. And Hrgović blocking the head work, but good right hook to the body got in to cap off that sequence for Big Bang Zhang. 2 body shots land for Hrgović in the center of the ring. Nice 2 body shots there. So left hook, right hook combination. Center of the ring, both fighters. Straight left for Zhang. Oh, big right uppercut for Big Bang Zhang and a left hand through the center. Hrgovic getting backed up after eating that good 2-3 punch combination. Competitive round with about a minute left in the fourth. It's been a solid fight. Zhang getting his hands up to block the head work. Hrgovic prods with the straight right to the body. Hrgovic still the guy on the front foot right now this round. Or excuse me, Big Bang Zhang the guy on the front foot this round, not Hrgovic. Hrgovic circling to his right, lets go of a right hand, tries to chop with a left hook after it, lets go of his hands again, but Zhang getting his hands up to block. Straight left lands for Zhang. Hrgovic in the corner. Zhang lets go of a right hook left hand, but Hrgovic pulls straight back on the ropes to get away from it. Lands a little shot to the back of Big Bang Zhang's head. Ref warns him. Good 1-2 through the center for Hrgovic. Right in the middle of the ring. Got through the guard of Zhang. Zhang getting hit with some combinations here in the last 10 seconds in the center of the ring. Quicker hands for Hrgovic. Close fourth round. I did like the straight left right uppercut combination that Zhang got in with about a minute 15 left in the round, but more consistent work for Hrgovic. He stepped off to his right, got off with combinations. Some of the punches got through. Some of them were blocked by Zhang as he got his hands up. There it is again on the replay. They show that straight left right uppercut combination for Zhang on the replay on the zone. 3-punch combination, straight left, right uppercut into another straight left. But the more consistent work that round was done by Hrgovic. Close round, close fourth round. Tempted to give it to Hrgovic despite the best moment of the round coming from Zhang because he was more consistent for 3 minutes. But a swing round. Fourth round was a swing round. Let's see here. All right, round 5 set to start. And it's been a good competitive fight. Probably, I got this 2 rounds to 2 with a 1-point advantage for Zhang because of that knockdown in round 1 off that right hook. But that was, I could possibly even see a 3-1 Zhang if you gave him the fourth. That was a close round. Straight right to the body for Hrgovic. Zhang taking some deep breaths here. Gotta wonder who's going to set in with fatigue with these 2 big guys first. You would think Zhang with the age, and he's an even bigger guy. Zhang keeping his hands up, staying on top of Hrgovic. Hrgovic taking little half steps back, now stepping to his right, looking to land that straight right hand. Zhang looking a little tired here in the fifth. Starting to take some deep breaths. Hrgovic shoots a straight right through the center, but Zhang gets his hands up to block it. Then he comes back with 2 left hands, but they fall short on the chest of Hrgovic. 2 minutes left in the fifth. Hrgovic tries to catch Zhang coming in with a hook. A little tired on that attempt. Both guys breathing a little bit heavy here. Good left hook to the body by Hrgovic on the outside. Another left hook to the body by Hrgovic in the center of the ring. Now Hrgovic trying to touch with that lead hand and swipe, come around the guard with his right hand. Zhang clinching, looking a little tired halfway through the fifth. Hrgovic stepping over to his right some more. Not letting his back touch the ropes. Let's go of a 3, 4, 5 punch combination. Zhang only gets his hands up to block, not able to return fire. 2 good body shots by Hrgovic. Making that little adjustment with Zhang trying to catch everything on his gloves up top, so he shoots a couple body shots down low. Good body work there by Hrgovic. Minute left in the fifth. Hrgovic boxing, moving to his right. Zhang shoots a straight left through the center and a right hook to the body, but he looks a little tired on that attempt. Now good straight left hand by Zhang, but he eats a 1-2. Clean. Good right hand. Deep breath by Zhang. Good left hook to the body by Hrgovic, who's winning this round. Zhang getting his hands up to block a couple of 1-2s. But is taking deep breaths. Ooh, Zhang almost walked into a right hand there. Walked in with his hands down for a moment there. Hrgovic having to box this fight. Not just able to be the bully like he has against other guys. 10 seconds left. Hrgovic winning this round. Ooh, right hook catching Hrgovic, and a left hand catches Hrgovic. Man, that might have been enough to swing the round. I mean, that was a big left hand. Hrgovic just maybe a little lackadaisical. Opens up in an exchange with Zhang, and he ate a right hand and a huge left hand by Zhang. Almost tempted to give Zhang the round because of that at the bell, but Hrgovic took it well. Here it is again on the replay. Yeah, big left hand on the inside that Hrgovic didn't see coming right around at the end of the bell. Hrgovic opening up wide with his left hook, and then on the inside, didn't see it coming, thought he was halfway into a clinch, and he ate a big left hand. Outside of that, he won the 5th round, but maybe that gets away from him. Let's see here. Odell Beckham at the fight. He came a long way. Yeah, I see Chris Mannix on DAZN has it 48-46 Zhang. I think I'd have to agree with that. I think that's a good card, 48-46 Zhang. With the knockdown, he's landed the harder shots tonight. For sure. He has landed the harder shots. And at that time, he's looked like the more heavy-handed guy. Hrgovic is known to have, he's a more snappier puncher, quicker hands, but Big Bang looks like the heavier-handed guy sometimes when he's landing those thudding straight left hands. 30 seconds into the 6th now. Zhang trying to prod with his lead hand, lands a hard straight left through the center of the ring. And Zhang's done a pretty good job all night getting his hands up to block a lot of those straight right hands from Hrgovic. Some of them do get through. Sometimes Hrgovic lets his hands go in combinations, and Zhang's head rattles around a little bit as he keeps the high guard, but not too many landing clean right on the button the way Hrgovic wants them to. So not some solid defensive responsibility from Zhang and keeping his hands up all night. Like, he just does it again, right as I say it. Hrgovic getting off 3 or 4 shots, but Zhang getting his hands up to block. And Hrgovic at times when Zhang's doing that, on the 3rd or 4th punch in his combination, he'll go ahead and drop one to the body, and that'll land. Hard right uppercut lands for Zhang on the inside. Hrgovic along the ropes. That was a hard right uppercut. And Zhang showing that slow and steady can beat a lot of guys. Hrgovic looks a little buzzed. Zhang just being more accurate and economical with his punch output. Hrgovic hurt again. Right uppercut. Hurts Hrgovic. Left uppercut lands straight left through the center. Hrgovic is buzzed in the 6th. Hrgovic forced to retreat back up. Zhang taking his time, eats 2 body shots from Hrgovic. Hrgovic not with the same snap on his shots that we're used to seeing, straight left through the center for Zhang and a hard right hook to the body. Zhang landing power shots this round with a minute left. And Hrgovic is going to really have to bite down and show some dog tonight because he's bleeding from the nose. He's been dropped, and he's breathing a little heavy. And it's starting to look like he may not want to 100% be in there in this moment, Hrgovic. But Zhang is a big guy, tired, takes a deep breath. He's not exactly emptying the gas tank and trying to get him out of there and press his advantage. But a right hook lands for Zhang as Hrgovic comes in. But Hrgovic sees that Zhang is tired and he's trying to take advantage of it. Zhang now with his hands at his side, breathing heavy, but lands a straight left after he eats a straight right for keeping his hands at his side. Now the hands are back up. Right hook lands for Zhang and a left hand behind it. Straight left lands for Zhang. 10 seconds left. Hrgovic in the corner. Zhang touching him again with a left hand around the guard. Hrgovic tired and took a lot of punishment in that 6th round, but Zhang is near exhaustion too. Straight right lands for Hrgovic, but he can't keep the big man from China off him. Big round for Big Bang Zhang. That's it. Man, upset watch. Big time. 58-55 for Big Bang Zhang. That was a big 6th round. It started with a right uppercut, and Zhang has been landing straight lefts through the center. Oh, man. Oh, that was a brutal straight left, right uppercut, straight left combination, just like in the last round. Same combination. Clean, hard shots landing right on the button for Zhang. He landed right hooks that round. Lots of right uppercuts. And Zhang just showing how slow and steady could beat a lot of guys. You know, yeah, Hrgovic is younger. Yeah, he's got more juice in his legs, quicker hands, sharper down the center. But Zhang just taking his time, slow and steady, coming forward, catching shots, and picking the right time to throw. Good timing by Zhang today in this fight. Man, man. All right, round 7. Is Zhang gonna pull this shit off, or will he be too tired to before he can get there? Let's see. Hrgovic is a little winded himself too. You don't. Oh man, Hrgovic landed a big left hook, but he ate a huge right hook to land it. What an exchange right there. Straight left lands for Zhang. Hrgovic walking right into it, but he took it well. Hrgovic lands a straight right, and Zhang lands a left hand as he eats a straight right. It's looking like a KO could come this round for somebody. These guys are they're exchanging their best shots here in the 7th. Hrgovic is kind of saying fuck it, and he's came forward in those first 45 seconds looking to land his right hand, and he took some big shots doing it. Now Hrgovic steps off, minute into the 7th. Hrgovic stepping off, touches with his jab a couple times, stepping over to his right, looking to get that lead foot outside of Zhang's and pop him with a straight right hand. Zhang keeping his hands up, looking like he's trying to time Hrgovic or even trying to walk Hrgovic into something, because Hrgovic right now is coming in with his left hand at his waist. Hrgovic eats a right hook. I don't know why he's coming in with his left hand at his waist like that. I know he wants to use the up jab from the hip, but he could walk into something doing that. Good jab for Hrgovic lands. He pulls back from Zhang's jab. Oh, left hook lands for Hrgovic. Zhang getting his hands up to catch the right hand, but he tried to shoot off that catch and he ate a left hook. Hrgovic winning this round, minute left in the 7th. Zhang almost countering Hrgovic with a right hook as Hrgovic shot a straight right hand to the body. Good jab lands for Hrgovic. Hrgovic getting off, letting his hands go more this round. Zhang is tired. Hrgovic stepping over to his right. Zhang gets him on the ropes. Hrgovic lands a straight right. They clinch. Hrgovic looks down on the floor as he steps to his right, looking tired. Straight left hand lands for Zhang right as he does that. By far the most resistance Flip Hrgovic has had to put up with in the pros. Hrgovic coming in with his jab, doubles up the jab, but his hand falls to his waist. He doesn't bring it back to his chin. Good left hook lands for Hrgovic. Just getting off with more punches this round. Zhang kind of forced to give this round up. Hrgovic, another 3, 4, 5, 6 punch combination. Nothing landing to the head, but he does drop in 2 body shots as Zhang gets his hands up to block. That's a 7th round for Flip Hrgovic, but he's behind in this fight by a couple of points. He got dropped. He took punishment in the 6th. The big man, almost 40 years old from China, Big Bang Zhang, he's up in this fight, but he's breathing very heavy in the corner. But he's got a lot of heart, this Zhang. He fights with a lot of composure. Ooh, right hook landing on the replay, on the DAZN replay. Hrgovic coming in lately with that left hand low as he's getting tired, and he ate a right hook on the top of the head, but he took Zhang's punches better that round. Good exchange where both guys landed on the replay. Straight right for Hrgovic. Left hook lands. They both landed their backhand and their lead hooks in combination on each other in that exchange. Both landed clean. Let's see. Adam Beanie Smith says, I don't feel like Zhang is up. I mean, I get the closest I could see it for Hrgovic is even. I could see it after 7 rounds, 4 rounds to 3 for Hrgovic. If you scored him the swing rounds, then with the knockdown, it's even. But I think Zhang deserves to be up by a round or 2 right now. He's landed the harder shots throughout most of the fight. So I think Zhang is probably ahead 2 points right now. Yeah, maybe 67, 65 through 7. All right, round 8, here we go. Had to get some water cleaned up in the center of the ring. IDF mandatory position on the shot on the line here. So you know the winner of this fight is in good position to fight the winner of the main event tonight. Maybe not right away because it's not an economically viable fight, but they'll get a chance. Oh, big right hook lands for Zhang. He ate a straight right hand to land it. What an exchange from both guys. Hrgović lands the straight right, but he eats a right hook, knocking the sweat off both men's heads. And they both took it well. Straight right lands for Hrgović off the jab. I think Zhang felt that one. I think Zhang, for the first time, got a little buzzed by Hrgovic's right hand. Zhang covering up, tries to load up on a right hook. Now they clinch. That was a good right hand Zhang had to eat, but Zhang looks awfully determined. Hrgović getting off a left hook, right hand, left hook, right hand. The left hook lands around the guard for Zhang. You can see the sweat knocked off the top of his head. So Hrgović with a solid first minute plus in the 8th. Hrgović needs to pull this thing out. Straight right to the body by Hrgović. Now Hrgović again, letting his hands go in combination. Quicker hands. Zhang getting his hands up, but not able to fire back. Zhang taking deep breaths. Straight right lands for Hrgović. Nice left hook to the body by Hrgović, and he runs his hands up top. Lands a left hook. Zhang complaining it's on the back of the head, but it's landing right where it's just still legal. Hrgović starting to just let go of 3, 4, 5 punch combinations, not committing to every shot, but just touch, 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 and taking what's there. Straight right for Hrgović. Tries to load up on the left hook behind it, just short with it. Hrgović really getting off this round. Zhang trying to walk him into a right hook as he eats a straight right hand. Hrgović doing a lot of touch, touch, touch up top, and then whack into the body as Zhang gets his hands up to block the head combinations. Zhang with his hands at his side, very tired, losing this round. Hrgović is more active, getting off, stepping off to his right, walking Zhang into some right hands. Flurrying up top, touching the body. Again, Zhang doing a decent job, getting his hands up to block some of these combinations, but he's tired and not able to get anything done offensively here in the 8th. 10 seconds left. Man, Zhang is tired. Hrgović finishes off with a combination, and all Zhang can do is block. Momentum is now Hrgovic's, but he takes a deep breath as he goes back to his corner. These are two big guys. He spent a lot of energy that round, did Hrgović, and he does look tired in the corner, but he spent a lot of energy, used his feet, and threw a lot of combinations. But he does have the momentum now. He did win round 7 and 8 after getting beat up a little bit in the 6th. Adam Beanie Smith, my brother, I don't know if it's beer goggles or I'm stoned. I got Hrgović up. Yeah, I don't think someone said I have a similar facial appearance to Usyk. I don't think so. He's Ukrainian and I'm Italian Irish. I don't think we look alike. But thank you, Javier Lamas. Appreciate you, man. No, I look, there's been some close rounds. I don't think it's crazy if you got Hrgović ahead. If you have Hrgović ahead, it has to be by a point, 76-75, 5 rounds to 3. But I think I would have it more 4 rounds to 4, and then with the knockdown, giving Zhang still a point advantage here heading into the 9th. But I could be influenced a little bit because he had a big 6th round, and he had the knockdown in the 1st. And at the end of the day, you got to score rounds individually. So. But yeah, so here in the 9th, I do have Zhang still up a point based off that knockdown in the 1st, but Hrgović has tightened up the cards in round 7 or 8 after winning those 2 rounds in a row. Zhang is tired, very tired, but composed. He's a tough guy. He's a very composed fighter, Zhang. Got some big balls. So, but good straight right hand lands for Hrgović. That hand speed and activity is got him the momentum right now. Zhang's got to find a way to reverse this again. Fights could get away from him in these last championship rounds. And now Hrgović actually countering Zhang with the right hand right now. Zhang is slowed down. He sees the punch coming, and he's getting out of the way of it and tagging him with the straight right hand. Ref having to stop this here for a second because water in the ring, lots of water. These dudes are so big, all that sweat falling off will make the ring real wet, especially if the corners are, dousing them with water in between rounds. So ref still cleaning it up. I'll take a water break. All right, they resume. Hrgović, a little more energy. Prod him with that jab, and he lands a straight right hand. Yeah, Hrgović, better body language here, a little less tired. Punches still have more snap on. Good jab to the body. Hrgović looks like he's finding a little breath here now after the ref had to clean the ring up with the water. It looks like Hrgović took advantage of that. Hrgović letting his hands go. Zhang getting his hands up to block, but Hrgović is definitely more active here, letting go of a lot of left hook, straight right hand combinations. Touching with that straight right hand lands for Hrgović. Again, he's doing a little pull counter on Zhang now the last round and a half. Zhang is slowed down to the point where he feels enough quickness advantage to start doing that pull counter on him now. Minute left in the ninth. Hrgović winning this ninth round on his way to winning 3 rounds in a row on my card. Oh, good right hook lands for Zhang. Good right hook lands for Zhang. He was short with the left. Hrgović tried to counter the straight left with his straight right, but he was off and ate a right hook. But it was a slow right hook. Tired Big Bang Zhang. Now Hrgović letting his hands go in combination again. And Zhang trying to catch and shoot. Good right uppercut lands for Zhang. And a right hook after it. Good. Zhang exploding there with that right uppercut. Left uppercut lands for Zhang. Having a big moment with about 20 seconds left in the ninth. I don't know if that'll be enough. Left hand on the inside land. Straight left. 2 straight lefts land and a right uppercut. Right uppercut lands again. And Hrgović letting this round get away from him. 10 seconds left. That was a big explosion by Zhang. Short right hook lands for Zhang. And Hrgovic's body language not responding well to some of these sequences. Man, I think Zhang stole the round. Right hook buzzes Hrgović at the round, and a straight left lands. Hrgović is buzzed going back to his corner. That round was stolen by Big Bang Zhang. Man, 5 rounds to 4 Zhang. Just when I was going to give that round to Hrgović and it was going to even it up on my cards, Zhang explodes with about 25, 30 seconds left with a right uppercut, follows it up with combinations, nice short clubbing shots by Zhang. Good stuff, man. Oh, yep. Yeah, he let that one get away from 86-84 after 9 rounds for Big Bang Zhang. There's 3 rounds left, and he's up by 2 points. So if he can pull out one of these final 3 rounds, Hrgović was pretty buzzed at the end of that round. If Zhang has any gas to follow up and press his advantage, maybe he can get Hrgović out of here. When does Joshua Usyk start? This is the co-main, so we'll probably have about 15 minutes of downtime after this fight, and then it's main event time. All right, round 10. Got Zhang up 86-84. Hrgović letting his hands go coming forward, but he looks a little weary out. He looks weary from that last round. Zhang has done a great job of just pacing himself and being economical with his punches. He's had better punch selection, better timing than Hrgović, who's a sharper puncher and quicker hands, younger guy, more life in his legs. But Zhang, slow and steady, good timing tonight, and great composure. And Zhang trying to counter him with that right hook like he did in round 1 to drop him. Zhang a little craftier than we think in there. And he's a fun guy to watch. He does not scared. Hrgović stepping around. In the first minute, he hasn't landed anything. Yeah, he's let his hands go a little bit more, but shoots a straight right through the center, but Zhang blocking it. And you could feel, that slow pace that Hrgović is allowing right here that favors Zhang. You could feel Zhang just taking his deep breaths and knows when to pick his spots. Hrgovic letting his hands go in combination, but Zhang solid defensively, blocking a lot of this. Now Hrgovic swipes left with it twice with his left hook, lands a jab. Hrgovic winning the round, straight right hand through the center. But you know Zhang, you get the sense Zhang is just buying his time, and at some point in this round, he'll take his own chances. Little over a minute left in the 10th. Hrgovic is winning this round. Two good body shots by Hrgovic. He backs Zhang onto the rope. Zhang waving his hands on, says that's nothing. Combination by Hrgovic as Zhang gets his hands up. Another combination by Hrgovic. Zhang just getting his hands up to block. Takes a deep breath. Deep breaths by Big Bang Zhang. Not letting his hands go in the 10th. Probably calculating and pacing himself. Knows he's got 2 more rounds after this. Knows it's a close fight. He's probably a little ahead on. Good combination by Hrgovic. Straight right, left hook. Straight right, left hook. Not putting everything. 2 good body shots by Hrgovic. Hrgovic letting his hands go, and Zhang eating some combinations up top. Taking deep breaths. Too tired to respond. He just kind of takes the firepower. 30 seconds left. Hrgovic winning the 10th. Zhang very tired. Hasn't really let his hands go this round. And Hrgovic just picking off with combinations. Some good body work, too. Straight right lands for Hrgovic. Steps off to his right. Hrgovic misses the straight right and lets a left hand go behind it and lands that. Zhang, hands at his side, taking deep, big breaths. Totally gave this round away. Lands a left hand, though, on Hrgovic, though. Hrgovic getting sloppy sometimes as he comes forward. And that's a Hrgovic round. Zhang forced to shell up and eat some combinations time and time again. But I still got Zhang ahead. 5 rounds to 5 after 10. And with the knockdown, I got him up a point still. 2 rounds left in this fight. Let's see. AJ. Damn, you would be a good commentator for sure. Way better than any of the zones. I appreciate that, my friend. Someone said, I'll destroy you. Well, depending on how good you are at fighting, that may or may not be true. Raimundo Lanas, what's up, brother? Thank you for the shout out. Usyk getting knocked out in the 7th round. You heard it here first from Javi Limas Oxnard. Oh, shout out to Oxnard in the house. Let's see here. Yeah, just talking to you guys in between rounds here. I like Zhang, but doubt judge is going to give him the decision win, says Anthony Starr. You say that with some pretty good reasoning. Hrgovic is younger. He's Zhang's a matchroom guy too, but Hrgovic is the guy that I think matchroom has had more expectations for in his career. I think Zhang is more of an anomaly. They've signed a big heavyweight from China, but I don't think they ever expected him to take a serious run at the titles. I think that's more their expectations for Hrgovic. So you could, look at him as the A-side guy here. So I get why you would feel he's going to get the benefit of the doubt here. I get it. But on my card, he's behind a point. I'm scoring it fairly. And I could even see Zhang ahead by, giving him another round. I could see it 6 rounds to 4 to Zhang. I could maybe see it, I could see it 6 rounds to 4 for Hrgovic, but I think 5-5 is the right score. And with the knockdown, Zhang ahead. And about 50 seconds into the 11th, and Hrgovic is just stepping over, trying to let his hands go. Hasn't landed anything significant. Zhang just took his first big offensive attempt of the round, minute in, missed 3 hard shots, but you can see Zhang knows he needs to get this round or the next round, and I expect him to open up more offensively than he did in the 10th. Hrgovic letting go 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. Zhang keeps complaining he's getting hit on the back of the head, but those punches are just legal. Now Hrgovic swipes with a right hand to the body. Another straight right to the body by Hrgovic. 3 body shots by Hrgovic in the center of the ring as Zhang shells up. Zhang landing a short left hand as Hrgovic went into the clinch. Hrgovic maybe a little buzzed by that short left hand. Zhang's got to press. Hrgovic eats a right hook left hand combination with his back along the ropes. That makes the round tighten up a little bit. Oh, right hook lands for Zhang. He got the better of the exchange. Hrgovic walking off to the side. Why isn't Zhang? Zhang lands a straight left. Hrgovic is hurt. Hrgovic's body language is bizarre. The way he's walking away with his head at the ground when he eats shots. Left hand lands on the inside. Referee getting a little too involved. Warns Zhang. 55 seconds left. I think Zhang ahead in this round now because he buzzed Hrgovic. Hrgovic takes a deep breath, shoots off that straight right. Let's go of a combination. Zhang gets his hands up to block. Hrgovic trying to follow up ahead, and they fall into the clinch. 40 seconds left. 35 seconds left. Hrgovic tired. Switches southpaw, backs off, keeps staring down at the canvas. His trunks are falling. You can see his cup. Hrgovic in danger of his trunks falling off. Hrgovic digs to the body. Shoots a straight right through the center. Opening up a little recklessly here. Just letting his hands go. Showing heart, but I think he's lost this round. He got buzzed. Wait, down goes. What is that from the referee is saying no. Wait, a straight right did no, but the ref says it was not a knockdown. Big Bang Zhang went down off a right hand, but the ref says it. We'll have to take a look at the replay. No knockdown. Because of no knockdown, Zhang won that round on my card, and he has this fight won on my card. 6 rounds to 5 with the knockdown puts him ahead 2 points. Hrgovic would need a knockdown in this last round to salvage a draw on my card. Man, let's see that replay. It almost looked like Zhang might have got dropped from a straight right. Yeah, but back on the replay, a straight left buzzed Hrgovic. Yep, straight left, knocked his head straight up. And Hrgovic has just reacted poorly with his body language at times. Oh, so Zhang was already on his way down from a slip, and then Hrgovic nailed him with a right hand on the top of the head as he was already on his way down from a slip. So he did get nailed with a right hand, and he went down, but referee properly ruled it a slip because it was a slip that had him going down in the first place. Chris Mannix has this fight 105-103. Zhang, I agree with his card. I have the same score. So in this 12th round, Hrgovic might need a knockdown here. Definitely needs to win the round. I know some people on the chat understandably feel Hrgovic might get this fight anyways because of, maybe being a little bit more the A side here. But let's see. Hrgovic getting off first in the first 20 seconds. Straight right lands and then straight right to the body for Hrgovic. The power has not been impressive for Hrgovic today, though. Usually that straight right is a problem for guys. He's never really hurt Zhang. Oh, straight right lands for Hrgovic there, though. Landed it off a combination. Hrgovic waves his hands at his side to say that didn't hurt me. Hrgovic off to a solid start in the round. He's landed some hard right hands. Hrgovic swiping with his hook. Zhang getting his hands up to block it. Minute into the final round. Hrgovic hand down at his waist. Shoots the jab from the hip. Almost walking into the hook, but straight right lands for Hrgovic. Double jab, straight right lands for Hrgovic too. He's taking his chance. He's got to take his chance here. Minute 30 left in the round almost. Hrgovic taking his chances, landing right hands right now. Zhang tries to walk him into a right hook, but he's off. Right hand, left hand lands for Hrgovic. Tries to shoot the right uppercut. Zhang holds him. Minute 20 left in the round. Hrgovic having a very decisive round. Zhang hasn't gotten off with anything. May not need the round to win. Hands at his side. And now Zhang takes a step back as Hrgovic not wanting to get in range. Now he gets in range with a jab to the body. Now Hrgovic comes forward. Zhang tries to walk him into a right hook, but it's too slow and he eats a straight right hand. Both guys tired. Hrgovic puts the hands up, lets go of a couple of shots, lands a straight right to the body, but no steam on that one. Zhang just off with a right hook, but Hrgovic letting his hands go. Gets out of the way of it, winning the round. A little over 30 seconds left. Hrgovic winning the round, but on my card, he'd still be a point too short. Hrgovic comes forward again. Zhang just clinching. 25 seconds left. Zhang not doing anything offensively here in the final round. But he may have put together enough rounds here, along with that knockdown in the first, to pull off a big upset tonight. Right hand lands for Hrgovic. 10 seconds left. It's not going to be enough. Fun heavyweight fight. Zhang exhausted. Takes a jog around the ring, and he almost collapses in his corner. He's so tired, but he smiles. He thinks he's done enough. Hrgovic did put together rounds 7, 8, and 9. Definitely won the 12th. But I thought Zhang put together 6 rounds with the knockdown. Maybe not. Maybe he only put together 5. And Hrgović is going to get out of here with a 114, 113 majority or split decision. But on my card, it was 6-6, and I think Zhang won this fight with the knockdown. He hurt Hrgović multiple times, where Hrgović, buzzed him once or twice, but he landed the harder shots. He hurt his man multiple times. He dropped him in the first round. I think the big guy from China deserves his upset tonight, deserves his moment. I think he won this fight. We'll have to wait until we get to the cards. For those of you who weren't just catching me calling the fight and are watching the fight on DAZN, what'd you score it? Fireball 2018. When does the main card start? Well, we shouldn't have too much downtime after this fight because it went the distance. I mean, technically, ring walks were supposed to be around now. So, I'm hopeful we'll get this main event started pretty quickly once they announce this decision and get these guys out of the ring. Who wins, Joyce versus Parker? Look, I love Joe Parker. I actually love him personally. He's a great guy out here in Vegas. And when he was on the rise as a young heavyweight, he showed so much promise. He was in great shape at that point. I think he's not in as good a shape as he could be, but he showed a great fluidity for a heavyweight. He's a guy who can do things that middleweights can do at 6'4", 230, 240 pounds. He's not 6'6", 6'7", 6'9", like those Joshua Wilder Fury types, but he's a big guy, 6'4", 230, 240, and at his best, fast hands, great jab, can punch, boxer puncher. But he's made a lot of money already. He made upwards of $15 million when he fought Joshua. He's a family man. His demeanor and temperament is really a nice guy, and I think that's cost him at the elite level in the heavyweight division, where guys like White were meaner than him. I think he's a better fighter than Dillian White, but I think Dillian White beat him because he had more dog in him that night. And I worry that could be the case for Joe against Joe Joyce. And because all things being equal, if Parker does everything he's supposed to do, he should win that fight. But Joe Joyce is a dog, and he's once the bell rings, he's meaner in there than Joe Parker. And that's just something I worry about with Joe, is him being a little too timid and being a little too nice in the ring, and also not being in the best shape, not keeping himself as chiseled as maybe he should and could. So, and Flip Hrgović gets the decision. Who was that in the chat? My man Antonio. Was that you, Antonio, earlier in the chat? Said he expects Hrgović to get the decision because he, politics. So Hrgović gets the decision. I don't think he won the fight. It's not enough to say it was a robbery. It wasn't highway robbery. But I think the big man deserved to go home from China with his moment, pulling off an upset in a big card like this. Nonetheless, Hrgović wins. He remains the IBF mandatory. Wilder, Fury, Joshua, Luis Ortiz even aren't going to be, or Frank Sanchez. No one's going to be intimidated by what they saw tonight from Hrgović. Joe Joyce, I think, would have beaten him tonight as well. So there you have it. Let's get to this main event. I feel bad for Zhang. Zhang looking a little disappointed, obviously, in the ring. I thought he won that fight, but what are you going to do? I don't even know if politically that's the right call. I don't know. Doesn't a big, fun to watch heavyweight from China work as a B-side in these kind of heavyweight fights? I don't think, it's not like Hrgović is the kind of guy you want to give a robbery to because, but there's so much ticket selling potential and all of that. I'd rather see Big Bang Zhang come back to a dance as a B-side than Hrgović, because Big Bang Zhang going to come forward and let it go, but Hrgović gets the win. Let's see. 3 Pump says, stop saying Wilder. Why do I got to stop saying Wilder? Why do I got to stop saying Wilder? If Wilder comes up short against Hellenius and doesn't look the same anymore, then we'll stop saying Wilder. But he's coming off the best heavyweight fight since the year since this century, since the year 2000. Him and Fury, along with Lennox Lewis and Vitaly Klitschko and Joshua, who's in the main event against Klitschko, is the best 3 heavyweight fights of the new millennium. Lewis Klitschko, Joshua Klitschko, and Fury Wilder 3. So yeah, I gotta still put respect on Deontay's name. Let's see what he's got when he comes back on the 15th of October with Hellenius, you know. A lot of question marks. We don't know if he's going to be the same fighter he was after those wars. But if he is, I would love to see Wilder and Usyk. If Usyk wins tonight, you know, that fight for Wilder would be the definition of what he talks about. I only have to be perfect for 1 second. That fight could look like the Luis Ortiz fight where the southpaw is just winning every round and stepping around Wilder and popping him with left hands. But if Wilder, it's a big if he still has his punch resistance, if he's still the same Wilder, then all he has to do is line up Usyk once for a right hand to win that fight. And that's far from out of the question. If Wilder looks good against Hellenius and Usyk beats Joshua tonight, I like that fight. I like that fight. Plus for Usyk, who's accomplished so much he's went to England as an underdog, as a smaller man to become unified heavyweight champ. He became cruiserweight champion. What's left to do? Come to America, right? Have a big fight in America if you're Oleksandr Usyk. So if he's not going to fight Fury, because that's the first fight we'd all want to see, is all 4 belts on the line. I like the Wilder fight if Wilder still is Wilder against Hellenius. That's an exciting fight. That's a tightrope act for Usyk. Yeah, he's going to win rounds. Yeah, he's going to step around Wilder and pop him with the left hand and touch him up. But so Ortiz was doing the same thing for 6 rounds. And it'd just be a question of can Wilder line him up just once. So let's see here. AJ Wilder would be a great fight too. Yeah, I agree. What time is main event? Yeah, we're just buying time. They're still interviewing Hrgovic in the ring. I don't think we'll be having to wait too long in between downtime because these guys went the distance. So let them finish up this interview and hopefully it's on to the main event time. Tio versus Jack Catterall. Well, it looks like Jack is going to get his rematch first. Anthony the Philosopher Joshua says, I am part. You know, it's funny you mentioned that. If you go back to the first fight with Usyk, he's having a discussion with one of the suits in his ring, is Joshua, in the fight introductions. And being Anthony the Philosopher Joshua, like you said. And that wasn't a good look. You know, if you're going to be talking to anybody in that moment before a heavyweight championship fight in the ring, you'd think he's talking to his corner. I remember Tyson Fury, before the performance of his life in that rematch with Wilder, was hit in the mitts, was literally basically having a round on the pad session as Buffer or whoever, or Jimmy Lennon was getting ready to announce Wilder and Fury. I remember him and Sugar Hill having a hell of a mitt session in the corner. So yeah, we don't want to see Anthony the Philosopher Joshua talking to the suits in the ring tonight. We want to see the eye, you know, as cheesy as it is, as cliche as it is, we want to see the eye of the tiger. And he did not have that in fight 1. Shit, we got 15 minutes to kill. If you want, go back to the tape. In fight 1, he's halfway making his way to the ring, and he goes out of his way to like shake hands with grandmothers in the audience. I'm not kidding. Literally, like grandmas in the audience. He's shaking hands with them. He's having a full-blown conversation with his mate who's wearing a suit in the ring before the fight. It was like they were talking about, yeah, you know what I mean? Levels, so yeah, mentality, yeah. So you can go in there, right? Gonna do this, gonna touch the body, yeah, exactly, yeah. You know, like he's doing all this like pontificating, and meanwhile Usyk is warmed up, he's revved up, he looks like half a barbarian, and he's shadow boxing, and so you know I'm interested to see if we get that from Joshua this time around. I'll be sure to clue you guys in what his demeanor looks like coming into the ring and whatnot, you know. And I'm being half funny here, but I'm being half serious. Let's see. Yeah, he seemed odd, said W Fighter Pilot. Right. My D has raised because of your commentary from Ukraine. Thanks, I guess. Yes. AJ looks super calm this week because he knows he's going to get slept tonight. Look, here's what I want to say about Joshua, right? Anthony, I've heard it always be good advice to people to be yourself, but what if being yourself isn't always a good thing? But Joshua's been himself. he hasn't been out of character. I remember Andre Ward before the Wilder Fury fights. What he didn't like about Deontay not talking to the media is he said it was out of character. And that was like a red flag Dre had with fighters, is if they begin to act out of character before a big fight. And Joshua, whether we like it or not, whether someone like me is saying, where's that mentality like Wilder had? Yeah, he fell short against Fury, but he went from getting dominated in a rematch to almost knocking him out in the 4th round, maybe in part because of his mentality. He talked about, I want it back in blood. He was willing to die in the ring that night. And it showed the way everything he said in terms of willing to die in the ring, go out on a shield. He wanted it back in blood. It showed up on fight night, even though he came up short. And that's not the demeanor you've gotten from Joshua. He's been a gentleman. He's a sportsman. And, you know, while we respect that, you would think a guy willing to lay it all out on the line, willing to die in there, that's a superior mindset for a rematch than a guy who's going in there to be too respectful, which a lot of people felt he was too respectful game plan wise, aggressiveness wise in the first fight. And maybe that trickles over from your demeanor. Anyways, all that said, if Joshua wins, I got to give him a lot of credit because he didn't listen to people like me. He didn't listen to anybody. He didn't behave the way we think a mean heavyweight heading into a revenge rematch should act. He was Anthony Joshua. And if he's going to win this rematch or if he's going to lose this rematch, he's going to do it being Anthony Joshua. And that's who he's been all week long. He hasn't vowed to Britain, I'm bringing the belts back, I'm going to knock him out, I'm angry. That he's been honest about how he really feels, about his mentality to the sport and everything. So if he pulls it off, credit to him because he did it being himself, you know, throughout the week. He's been the British gentleman that he is. So I just wonder if that's not going to be the best mind state he takes into a ring with Usyk. So we'll see. That you know, all that armchair psychiatry stuff isn't always my strongest suit. You know, I'm better once the punches are start throwing, and we could just call the action. But Sean, read the comments, man. Okay, let me see. Fury will let the Usyk build up again and let people think he doesn't want to fight Usyk. Fury will earn $50 million for beating Usyk, $50 million more than his entire career. Yeah, but I'm sure Fury would much rather have Joshua win this fight. From a stylistic point of view, from a money point of view, you know, it's easily the biggest fight in Britain's history. So yeah, I think Fury wouldn't admit it, but he's pulling for Joshua tonight. He's pulling for his countrymen. He'd rather him fight, not have to solve a puzzle. He'd rather the danger and the challenge and Joshua being his power. You got to watch out because he's a puncher, that kind of thing. But Usyk's a difficult and frustrating puzzle to have to solve. And that's a little more mentally taxing. And he had that famous interview with Joe Rogan where he talked about the Cunningham fight being the toughest fight in his career because it was a cruiserweight who came up, and he explained that boxers give him more problems than come forward fighters. So if what he says is true there, then that would mean Usyk is a tougher fight for him than Joshua. So tougher fight for less money. Potentially a tougher fight for less money. So who do you think he wants to win? His countrymen, that would give him the biggest fight in British history for maybe even twice the money and a straight up and down style to deal with. Yes, he's a bigger guy and he's a puncher. Or a smaller guy, more frustrating, harder to deal with, southpaw for less money. You know, I'm sure he wants Joshua to win this fight. As a matter of fact, you might have a point, Smith, because if Usyk wins, he might draw it out more. Whereas if Fury wins, he's like, oh, let's go. Let's get right to it. Yeah, I'm definitely not retired. I'm definitely fighting him. Let's see. Thank you, Matt Yoel, for the 5. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Read my comment. Done. Steven Jenkins says Fury is done. I don't believe that. He's just talking. Look, man, for you guys who want Fury to be done, whether it's because the Kinahan thing or he's just annoying because he says one thing and does another all the time. Why you guys? Is that the only way you guys could beat Fury? Huh? Can't beat him in the ring, so you guys want to run him out the game? You guys, I'm not with that. Fury has to get his ass kicked in the ring. We're not gonna run him out of boxing because of Kinahan and because he gets on our nerves and he says what. No, if you don't like him that bad, someone got to get in the ring and knock his big ass out. Okay, I'm not with just running him out the game because some people don't like him or because he ran around with a gangster and he didn't kill anybody. He didn't kill anybody. So he may unfortunately broke bread with people who kill people, and that's not good. But anyways, the spirit of the point is you got to beat that man in the ring. Okay, you got to beat that man in the ring. Can't run him out of the game. That's all. What Deontay Wilder used to say about Luis Ortiz: beat his old ass then. With Tyson Fury, well, beat his corrupt Irish gangster having back fat ass then. Okay, back fat having ass then. All right, here comes Anthony Joshua, and joked earlier about how he was in his ring walk in the first fight, going up to random fans in the audience, dapping them up, having a conversation in the ring with the man in the suit. But tonight, warmed up, not walking into the ring dry, has that Vaseline around his face, looks like he has a good sweat built up in the locker room, something George Foreman always says was imperative in these big championship fights. And it does look like a meaner, more focused Anthony Joshua coming to the ring right now as Michael Buffer gets set to introduce him. You can see more intensity on his face. Now we're getting to a montage of fight promotion before we get there, but I did see Joshua walk into that ring, and I did see more intensity from the two-time London heavyweight champion. Let's see here. Fury is Tony Soprano, Tony Montana. They want me out the game. They want to chase me out because of me mates. Me mates done bad. We all have mates that done bad. They don't like me. They don't like what the big GK has to say. But it doesn't matter because I'm the best. Yeah, he grew on me. He did grow on me. You know what I liked about Fury? And too bad he can't do this anymore, it would appear. But I like that he defended the titles in America. Because I was actually getting kind of bummed out. Oh, this is a great fight and all, the rematch. I'm looking forward to it. But it feels like the heavyweight title, not even in the O2 or in Wembley, the heavyweight championship of the arena should be fought for in America. And then I thought back to Fury, and I'm like, oh, thank you, Fury, for doing that with Wilder in America and the Vali, And then I was reminded, he's probably not going to be able to do that anymore. And that just sucks. Whoever the hell has the belts, I just feel like they should be defending them in America. Yes, that's ethnocentrism, American bias, call it what you will. But look, it just doesn't feel right having these fights in Saudi. There was a long time where there was big money being thrown around and offered, and none of the fights ever actually made their way over there. And now that they have, I'm not hating, but I just don't think it's best for the biggest exposure of the sport. And then you got people who are, more well-researched into the sports washing stuff. But beyond that, it's just, I feel like it's always a better look when the big fights in Vegas or at Madison Square Garden, and then even if not in Saudi, then yes, at Wembley in the O2, somewhere in the United Kingdom. So here we go. Who won, bro? Fight hasn't started yet. Good news. Fight hasn't started yet. You haven't missed anything. Ring walks are about to start right now. Let's see. I'm just checking the chat as we get ready for this main event. All right. Ring walks are off. Here comes Joshua to the ring. Black Under Armour robe. Eye of the Tiger is there. Ask for it, and you shall receive. Does look like a more intense, ready-to-go Anthony Joshua than there was in Fight 1. Here he comes, walking down the ramp solo. Sure, about to be joined by his trainers in a moment. Joshua, the gold medalist, the 2012 gold medalist from London, became the heavyweight champion of the world, knocking out Vladimir Klitschko in one of the top 3 heavyweight fights in the 21st century. Knocked him out, got off the canvas to unify the 3 belts, actually defended them that night. lost those belts to Andy Ruiz, won them back right here in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia. Then defended the belt once to Kubrat Pulev, knocked him out, looked good in that fight. But then got upset for a second time by Usyk. He's looking to overturn a second upset, trying to become a 3-time heavyweight champion, 3-time unified heavyweight champion. I think the last guy to, because we've had some 3-time heavyweight champions, but the last time we've had a 3-time unified heavyweight champion, I believe, was Evander Holyfield, who was the WBC, IBF, WBA champion, then lost those belts, and then won back the WBA and the IBF against Riddick Bowe in a rematch, then lost those belts, and then he won the WBA title by knocking out Mike Tyson, and then won the IBF title to unify for a 3rd time after beating Michael Moore. So Joshua would be, alongside Evander Holyfield, a 3-time unified heavyweight champ if he could pull off what's now an upset. He's an underdog tonight if he could pull it off. Although, despite being a 3-time unified heavyweight champion, if he wins tonight, you can argue he's never actually been the true champion of the division. That would be Tyson Fury during this time. But some people would argue that when Fury became obese, had his drug problems, that the fit title was vacant at that point, and Joshua actually won it by beating Klitschko. I think that title really would have been decided if Joshua would have fought Wilder in that time. Klitschko coming off a loss already to Fury. I think at that time I had Klitschko number 3 and Wilder number 2 and Joshua number 1. So, all that lineal stuff has gotten real murky once Fury retired. So, but here comes Usyk now to the ring. Joshua definitely came back to the ring more focused. Now we'll see what we get from Oleksandr Usyk, who weighs the exact same 221 that he did in fight number 1. Shows good discipline and consistency there from Usyk, who's not going to beat himself tonight. If anything, he's going to be a little bit better. He's coming in he's been wearing the colors of freedom, the shirt that says the colors of freedom, the blue and yellow of Ukraine. This fight is on for free in Ukraine. I can't stress enough how big that must be in his country at war right now with Russia, of course. And if Usyk wins today, he's got to become what Pacquiao was to the Philippines, essentially. He's going to go to a level that winning 10, 15 fights, championship fights, could have never done because the extraordinary circumstances the fight's taking place at. It's on free television at a time where his country's at war. If he can pull this off again tonight, he's going to become an icon in Ukraine. I mean, he'll become, a national hero. So you would think that with that type of motivation, he's gonna be a little better tonight. Not just Joshua with his adjustments and bringing in Robert Garcia. This could be a more explosive fight tonight, folks. We could see Usyk get dropped early and have to get off the canvas. We could see Usyk not content to just go 12 again. We could see Usyk at times, like Teddy Atlas talked about earlier this week, step it up here and there, not get reckless, but step it up here and there and try and take it a step further and get his man out of there. We could see, but it does feel like there's ingredients towards us getting a better fight in fight number 2 and a knockout in fight number 2, regardless of who wins. Fight 1 was a chess match, but we're expecting a more aggressive Joshua, and I think that'll force Usyk to have to hurt him, because if a guy's being more aggressive, you got to keep him off of you. Sometimes touching and prodding the way Usyk likes to. He doesn't always like to fully commit to his shots and sit down. We might see him sit down more as Joshua takes more chances. We'll see. So tail of the tape, Usyk now 35 years old. It doesn't feel like he's 35 because he's only had 19 professional fights. He's not an old-looking man in the face, but he is 35 years old. I mean, he's a smaller guy. He's 35 years old. He's a smaller guy. Joshua at 32 years old, bigger, younger, stronger guy. It doesn't feel like Joshua had to reinvent himself. Just needs to make a few adjustments, and maybe he can knock out a guy that he's really 40 pounds naturally bigger than. So we'll see. Let's see, guys, what you got. All right, last minute picks in the chat, man. Shout out to my wife in the chat. Love you, baby. The Z cap will come afterwards. All right. Usyk going to feel some heavy punches tonight. It's the Southpaw Red. For Harrison, for some reason, we just felt the need. Oh, come on. AJ is not no Audley Harrison. Although I know Audley did win the gold medal, but he didn't win the heavyweight title. Joshua looking very serious, furrowed brow, looking very serious. Eye of the Tiger, as the British national anthem's being sang. Black trunks from Joshua tonight, black gloves. And of course, those white shoes he's always known for, white boxing shoes. But Joshua is always in tremendous shape, but looks meaner, not having any conversations with any suits in the ring this time, like he was in fight number 1. It looks like we have a more locked in Anthony Joshua tonight mentally, but we'll see. Now, Usyk singing along to the Ukrainian anthem, has that Cossack warrior look. Over time, we've seen Usyk mature into this look, bald, bald with the one long strip of hair, goatee, apparently trying to, kind of harken back to the Cossack Ukrainian warriors. But a guy who's really a jokester at heart, an eccentric guy, very eccentric, almost strange, funny, good sense of humor. But he has grown into a chiseled man for these last 2 fights. At times he had the longer hair, and he's still goofy, still joking around, but this looks like the fully evolved version of Usyk, now comfortable at heavyweight and ready to go. So not the long-haired, thinner cruiserweight kid who only liked to tap, tap, tap with his punches. As time's gone on, the scary part about Usyk, I've noticed, is he's gotten better and better each fight. And that's probably going to be the case tonight. And that's not good for Joshua. Usyk was a guy who ran his hands, touch, 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 bang, touch, 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 bang. He's mixed in harder, sitting down on more of his punches than he did before, while losing none of the quickness and agility and those angles. He's even though he's 35, he's been getting better and better. And I actually think he's better than ever right now at 35. So I noticed that from Usyk. Usyk was a guy, I think that fight with Derek Chisora did a lot for him too. In the heavyweight division, that really got him accustomed to this division. So I know he holds a lot of respect from Chisora from that fight. Chisora was relentless that night. Let's see here. AJ got a bunch of cholos in his corner. Hey, Robert appears to be, on paper, he actually is a solid fit. Everybody's saying you need to go forward, you need to get to the body, you need to be aggressive. What's that sound like to you? That sounds a body punching, aggressive, come forward fighter. That's kind of Mexican boxing 101. So, on paper, a good fit getting Robert. But Robert, don't forget, Robert at the end of the day is an American trainer as well. And Robert was a good boxer puncher. Robert, his style wasn't just to come forward and bang with the hook to the body. Robert had good feet, kind of like Fernando Vargas from the same schooling. They were good boxer punchers. So it's not like he's going to be incompletely, because that's what Joshua wants to fancy himself as. Boxer puncher leaning towards the boxer side when he really needs to lean towards the puncher side. So we'll see if that's what we get tonight. Thank you, Tom Thumb. I appreciate it, brother. W Fighter says, moment of truth. In every fight, man, every big fight, this moment is exciting. The moment of truth, waiting for that first bell. There's so much hype and salesmanship in life, in boxing, but I think one thing we all love about the sport is just that moment of truth. Like you said, when the bell rings, all the bullshit goes out the window and we get something real, which is harder and harder to come by these days. Thank you, Christopher Price. Appreciate you, brother. All right, here's some stats. 2-time former heavyweight champ, 2012 gold medalist. Yep, first fight under Robert Garcia, 24-2, 22 knockouts. For AJ, in my opinion, definitely one of the better punchers in heavyweight history. If you let him tee off like it's T-ball, if you let your chin there to get hit by a Sunday uppercut or left hook from Joshua, at the very least, you're going to be ready to go, if not gone. Let's see if Joshua can find the opening. You know, Usyk has he does a lot of things with his hands defensively. Sometimes he'll step off to the right and keep the right hand up, and the left will be down, and he'll sometimes do it the other way around. Can he find the right punch at the right time with Usyk either pulling out or coming in? We'll see. Or will it be checkers versus chess? Will Usyk once again make it look like checkers versus chess? Some stats for Usyk: 19-0, 13 knockouts. Yep, former undisputed cruiserweight champion. The only undisputed cruiserweight champion alongside Holyfield and David Haye. Usyk with that Joker-like grin as his face as he's getting announced. He's got that one strand of hair, ponytail atop his head. And for the first time in his career, he is introduced as the heavyweight champion of the world. And in a lot of people's eyes, also with Canelo losing and Crawford yet to prove himself against a guy like Spence, a lot of people feel this is the #1 fighter pound for pound in the world. Everybody has him in the top 3. Joshua, more intense at the face-off. Usyk with a little grin on his face. Well, we wanted the eye of the tiger from AJ. He's got it tonight, it would appear. So let's see what we get in the ring. I do like what I see from Joshua mentally. Usyk is always confident with that slight grin on his face. Let's see if Joshua knocks that grin off his face tonight in this rematch from Saudi. Usyk crosses himself, praise to the heavens. Joshua looks ready to fight tonight, folks. Round 1, here we go. Usyk, of course, starting with the feints, dips his head off to the side of the right, starting with his feints, dips his head, starts with a jab. Joshua trying to get low, shoots a jab to the body. Joshua bending his knees more than he did in fight 1 right away. Joshua more bending of his knees. Joshua shoots a jab to the body. Usyk stepping over to his left. Feigning, touching. Joshua trying to touch off Usyk's head, lead hand. Parrying with his lead hand more. Shoots a straight right to the body, does Joshua. Usyk gets his elbow into the way to block it. But good for, straight left does land for Usyk. First headshot lands. Straight left through the center for Usyk. Gets through the guard of Joshua. Joshua lands a nice jab. Good jab for Joshua. Joshua, a little more purpose, staying in front. Now Usyk trying to blind him with a double jab. Usyk steps to his right. Joshua, a little bit better positioning than we saw in fight 1. Joshua tries to shoot a jab. Usyk gets out of the way of it. Both guys, center of the ring. Usyk, of course, busy with his upper body movement and lead hand. Joshua, feinting more too this time around. Not falling for the feints as much as he did in fight 1. Usyk measuring, center of the ring. Neither guy getting the rope. Now Usyk, good jab lands for Usyk. He touched and set it up and then stuck it in there. Usyk coming up with a right hand over the top of Joshua's lead hand a little bit, touching him. Joshua bending his knees, trying to dip his head around to the side a little bit here and there. Usyk, quicker feet, backs Joshua up a little bit, but Joshua able to keep his hands up, not get hit with anything. Usyk feinting, just like he's known for. Straight left for Usyk, but Joshua got his head off the line. Now Usyk moves his head side to side. Joshua tries to dig in a right hand to the body. Usyk comes forward, double jab, and then comes with a sweeping left hand, but falls short. Usyk lets go of a double jab, straight left. Getting his activity going up a little bit. 50 seconds left. Joshua shoots a straight right hand. Usyk blocks it. Usyk shoots a straight left to the body. Joshua steps back, doesn't get touched by it. Usyk busier with the lead hand. Joshua sticks in a jab. Usyk short with a straight left. Nice jab. Lifts Joshua's head up. That was a good jab by Usyk. Winning the battle of the positioning with the lead hands there, and he popped Joshua's head up. Joshua determined here. Uppercut just off for Joshua, actually landing a right uppercut as Usyk came in with a jab. Usyk smothered it a little bit there, but that jab, that right uppercut was just off for Anthony Joshua. 10 seconds left. Usyk just busier with the lead hand. Double jab, straight left. Now straight left lands up top for Usyk. Joshua a little frustrated by it. He shoots a straight right to the body, but Usyk gets out of the way. That's a Usyk round based off those straight lefts. Joshua looks so determined in the eyes, wants to make the right adjustments, is bending his knees more, but got outboxed again a little bit that round, but did almost walked Usyk into a hard right uppercut. But it's hard for him to find his radar against Usyk with the constant feints, the constant upper body movement, the constant shifting of the feet. Usyk being Usyk, and just like it did in fight one, it gave Joshua problems. But Joshua, a little more eye of the tiger, ate a hard jab, ate 2 lefts through the center. So 10-9 Usyk. Yep, 10-9 Usyk. Joshua still just same things that were giving him problems in fight one, just trying to find the right distance and range and radar against a guy that's constantly moving, constantly blinding you with his lead hand. Rarely even really fully committing to the jab, Usyk. It's just the feints and the constant motion with the lead hand. Now Joshua coming forward. First 10 seconds of the second, Joshua trying to establish his jab. Joshua trying to close the distance. Joshua keeping his elbows in tighter, trying to keep a tighter guard this time and bend his knees more. Usyk backing him off with the jab a little bit. Joshua short with a right hand, lands it on Usyk's chest. Usyk steps over to his right, steps over his left, then he tries to come in, and he steps back out. Double jab, but Joshua trying to fire in his jab, trying to step in and fire his jab. Usyk steps off to the side and touch 3 times, not committing at all to those jabs. Joshua shoots a right hand. Usyk gets his hands up and head out of the way. Minute into the second now. Joshua shoots a jab to the body. Usyk, 2-3 jabs, makes Joshua back up, but Joshua with his hands up to block. A good double jab by Joshua. Good left hook to the body by Joshua. Straight right hand now for Joshua. Usyk got his hands up to block, but it was on the mark. Good sequence for Joshua. Now Usyk trying to create something. Feints, steps forward. Joshua taking little half steps back sometimes. Now Joshua lets go of a left hook right hand. Usyk not touched by it, but Joshua is winning the round halfway through the second. Joshua composed here. Not trying to let all the... Oh, straight left lands for Usyk through the center, but Joshua took it well. Landed on the top of the head. Oh, good body shot by Joshua. He touches with the jab and then dips his head off to the right, lands a hard right hand to the body, and brought the left hook up top. Good change of levels by Joshua there. Robert Garcia's influence showing up. Hard jab by Usyk lands, though. He feints Joshua out of position and then, boom, hits him with the jab. Joshua digging in with a right hand to the body. Stepping in good with those body shots under Robert Garcia right now. Joshua making some solid adjustments in round 2 from the first fight. Yes, Usyk has popped his head up with some jabs this round, but Joshua's landed the harder shots with about 30 seconds left in the second. Usyk planting his feet. Joshua shoots a straight right to the body. Usyk misses the counter up top. Joshua inching forward, trying to close the distance. Usyk shoots a straight left to the body. Joshua blocks it. Now Joshua coming back with his jab, backs Usyk up. Joshua shooting off a jab. Now Usyk pawing with his back. Joshua lands a straight right hand as Usyk tried to come forward with his jab. Good straight right by Joshua. Joshua almost walking Usyk into another right hand as Usyk tried to get off a right hook to the body. Joshua figuring some things out there. That's Joshua's round. 1 round to 1. 19-19 after 2. Good technical adjustments by Joshua. Landed some good body shots. I like the left hook to the body about a round into it. He dug in with a right hand to the body. He walked Usyk into a right hand when Usyk was trying to step in with a double or triple jab. Usyk did lift his head up with a couple of jabs, but the power shots were Joshua that round. Usyk did land one straight left hand too on the top of Joshua's head, but I like Joshua that round, 1-1. Let's see here. Yeah, solid round for AJ. Let's look at the replay. Yeah, straight right lands are upon the replay. Usyk got his hands up, but it was a good straight right hand. And it was good. It's already some good technical adjustments by Joshua. He's bending his knees more, keeping his elbows in more. He's not biting on every feint, and he's not panicking when Usyk does touch him. He stays in position after getting touched and still looks to impose his game plan. All right, into round 3 now. Usyk shooting a straight left, but Joshua taking a little step off to the side, got away from it and kept his right hand up to catch it. Usyk seems to know he's in with a guy who's made some adjustments right now, and he's going to have to figure some things out himself tonight. Straight left to the body by Usyk, but Joshua sitting on top with a right hand to the head to counter. Jab lands for Joshua. Joshua getting his hands up to block the straight shot to Usyk, and he digs the right hand to the body in the counter. Left hook lands for Joshua, and he clubs a right hand behind it. Joshua bending his knees a lot better than he did in fight 1. A little less stiff. Little upper body movement now from Joshua. Usyk forced to try and create things with his feints, not having his way as easily as he did early on in that first fight. Joshua backs him off, touches with his jab, gives him his own medicine there. Usyk comes back, touches with his jab, straight left, but no power on it. Usyk plants his feet, tries to step over to the right, but Joshua better footwork tonight, and he's keeping Usyk lined up better. Now Joshua not letting go of shots. Usyk, nothing on those punches, but touching Joshua's guard, letting his hands go. Good jab by Joshua in the center of the ring. Usyk, another good jab by Joshua. Usyk short with a straight left to the body. Joshua figuring out the distance here in round 3 a little bit. Joshua coming forward, Usyk stepping off to his right. Good right hook on the inside by Usyk, but Joshua makes him pay for it in the clinch. Good body shots by Joshua in the clinch. Yeah, Joshua made Usyk pay for landing that right hook, and then a jab lifts Usyk's head up. Usyk trying to let some hands go after eating that jab, but Joshua keeping his hands up good. Right hand lands for Usyk as Joshua trying to throw a straight right. Now Joshua throws a big right uppercut, but eats a straight left hand. 40 seconds left in the third. Joshua letting another straight right hand go. Looks like he wants to open up. Good body shot by Usyk. Straight left, and then Joshua blocking the right hook after eating the body shot. Straight left through the center for Usyk. Joshua double jab. Usyk getting out of the way of it. Now Usyk steps in with a straight left. Joshua blocks it. Hard jab by Joshua. Shotgun jab by Joshua there. Usyk stepping in now. Wants to take a few more chances. Right hand. Usyk caught it on the gloves, but there was such power on it that it still moved his head up. I feel Joshua has won the third as well. A little less than 10 seconds left. Oh, good straight left for Usyk, and he tries to follow it up with a right hook at the bell. Decent final moment at the bell for Usyk, but I think Joshua wins the third. Harder body shots, and he's landing his jab here and there as well. Usyk not with the power on his shots as Joshua, and when both guys are landing about the same amount of shots, you got to favor the guy with the heavier hands. Good right hand on the replay by Joshua. He swept it around like a hook and landed it a little bit around on the ear, around the guard of Usyk on this replay. 2-1 Joshua, 29-28. NWA has it 3-0 AJ. I would disagree with that. I think Usyk definitely won round 1, but 2 and 3 is Joshua. Yeah, 29-28 Joshua. And I got to be honest, folks, it looks good for Joshua right now. But his gas tank is going to have to hold up as well in the second half of the fight. But he looks like he's figuring things out in there. And he's very determined tonight, too, you know, his demeanor. So, you know, a good start for AJ. All right, round 4 starts, and Joshua, or Usyk, touching the guard of Joshua, letting his hands go 3 or 4 shots. Joshua blocking those shots. Usyk steps over, shoots a straight left to the body. Usyk, never a guy that likes to sit on a lot of his punches, but Joshua is forcing him to not sit down as much as he did in fight 1 even. Usyk was able to sit down a little more and pick his shots in fight 1. Right now, he hasn't been able to commit it to as many power shots early on. Though right now in the first 40 seconds of the fourth, he is running his hands. He is touching Joshua on the guard, you know, being more active in this first minute of the fourth. Usyk just off with a right hook. Joshua solid defensively tonight, really keeping his hands up and bending his knees and not biting on as many feints. Oh, good left hand lands for Usyk as Joshua tried to step in with a body shot. Actually, it was more of a headbutt that landed than it was the left hand for Usyk. Straight left lands for Usyk. He made Joshua move away from the right hook and it walked him into the straight left. Not a lot of power on it. Joshua steps forward with a shotgun jab. Usyk landing a right hand as Joshua let go of his straight right hand. It wasn't quite a hook by Usyk. Good jab by Joshua, though. Lands through the center. Halfway through the fourth, I think Usyk's a little ahead in this round, been a more active fighter. Joshua with a big right hand counter to the body. Usyk answers back with a straight left to the body. Now Joshua banging the gloves with a sweeping right hand. Usyk feinting, coming forward now. Coming forward off the feints. He wants to land something this round. He knows it's a competitive fight. Get the sense Usyk wants to land something here to gain control of the fight. He's trying to turn it up, but Joshua's tactics are good tonight. Minute left in the fourth. Usyk busy with the pawing with the lead jab, stepping over. Straight left does land, and then he brings the sweeping left hand behind it. Usyk ahead in this round right now with 45 seconds left. Usyk, nice combination. Double jab, straight left through the center. Joshua blocked it, but the straight left to the body landed, and then a right hook for Usyk landed off the straight left to the body. Good sequence for Usyk. 30 seconds left in the fourth. Can Joshua keep up with this, with the constant feints and the constant motion of Usyk, or will his big muscular frame begin to tire as this fight goes on? He hasn't been as active in the fourth. Ooh, Joshua just off with a counter right hand as Usyk stepped in with a straight left to the body. Less than 10 seconds left. Joshua not able to get off as much offensively. Straight left lands for Usyk. Ooh, right hand for Joshua, and Joshua explodes to the body, but that was a Usyk round. 2-2. 38-38. Usyk just more active, more busy with his feet, with his feints, with his lead hand. And he was able to set up enough of his straight lefts down the center, actually landed a couple of straight lefts to the body, a couple of straight lefts up top, and got in a good right hook off the straight left to the body in that round. So 2-2 Usyk, 2-2 even after Usyk wins the fourth. Hasn't been that tough of a fight to score, in my opinion. These haven't really been swing rounds. I think it's 2-2, pretty clear. 1-4 to Usyk, 2-3 to Joshua. Yeah, everybody in the chat got it 2-2. Yep. That's what I would say. Johnny Loop, where do you watch? Again, watch on DAZN. Appreciate everyone tuning in right now. AJ seems to really be conserving his energy, says NWA. Yeah, he's never a guy who's going to fight at a crazy pace. I mean, just look at him. You know, you don't have to be a health expert to know a guy like that can't throw 100 punches around. So let's see here. Into round 5, got this fight even. Joshua now a little busier in the first 10 seconds with his lead hand than he did to start the last one. Good jab lands for Usyk, and that backs Joshua up. Joshua bending down, tries to shoot a right hand off the jab. Usyk blocked it. Center ring action. Joshua blocking a straight left to the body. Joshua winging a right hand, but Usyk saw that one coming. It was a little wide with that shot. Lots of power on it, but Usyk saw it and didn't get touched. Straight left lands for Usyk as he steps inside of Joshua's jab and steps off to the side. Left hand lands again for Usyk. Joshua got his hands up to block it. Now Joshua shoots a right hand, but Usyk gets his hands up well and knows how to step off to the side just a little bit. Joshua, with some of these right hand attempts lately, almost looking a little desperate with those attempts when it's too early to be that. It's an even fight right now. He doesn't need to get out of his game plan just yet. But maybe he feels he's being suckered into a boxing match again. Good right hook by Usyk. Beats out Joshua to the punch in the exchange. Good right hand to the body. But the apparently belt line, and the referee immediately calls it belt line. Usyk limping to the corner. It was a hard right hand, but apparently it was right on the belt line. Usyk crossing himself and praying to the heavens. Referee immediately ruled it was belt line, and Usyk getting time to recover in the corner. I don't know though. I mean, I got to see that again. It was pretty belt line, pretty borderline. All right, referee brings them back. About a minute and halfway through the fifth now. Usyk with a little advantage this round. He's landed a couple of left hands. Straight left to the body lands for Usyk. Joshua coming forward, but Usyk is starting to fake him out of range, like fake him out of position, like he did in round one. Right hook lands for Usyk as Joshua steps in, but Joshua does land the straight right hand into the body after eating that right hook. Joshua wants to land that right hand, trying to line Usyk up, but Usyk slick and tricky and has great agility. Minute left. Nice right hand lands for Usyk over the top of Joshua's left as Joshua tried to step in and land a hook. Usyk smiling, grinning. Feels like maybe he's starting to gain a little control here. He is winning the fifth. Joshua steps in with a hard one too, but Usyk just backs his feet out of the way and makes him fall short with it. Now Usyk touches with the jab, tries to step in. Joshua taking little steps back, steps to his left to try to keep his feet in the right position with Usyk. But that's getting caught in a chess match, and that probably favors the Ukrainian. Yep, and just as I say that, Joshua stepped in and ate a light two right hands and a sweeping left hand behind it. 10 seconds left, and this is not the kind of rounds Joshua wants in the fourth and the fifth. This is chess, and that's what Usyk wants, is chess, not a fight, not a firefight. And the bell rings for the fifth, 3-2 Usyk. Joshua goes back to his corner, maybe a little frustrated. That kind of pace and that kind of pure boxing match, not a lot of action, is going to favor Usyk, who's going to, fake him out of position more than the other way around. Here on the replay, Usyk landing a jab as Joshua just couldn't get the range right. He was ready to step in, eats a jab, then steps back out. Yeah, there's that right hand to the body. And Eddie Hearn was standing up ringside screaming, yes, he thought his fighter had that moment. And it was right on the belt line. Yeah, it was just low. It was just low. It hit all belt. It did not hit any flesh. So thank you, Straw Hats. Yeah, so 48-47 Usyk. I feel these haven't been controversial swing rounds. 1, 4, and 5 to Usyk, 2 and 3 to Joshua. Joshua looking, again, a little frustrated lately on some of those right-hand attempts. Straight left to the body by Usyk off the double tap up top off the jab. Usyk really finding a home for that straight left to the body. He's not really throwing it with power, but he's just taking it when it's there. When Joshua's keeping a good guard, keeping a good high guard, he's just tap with the jab and then boom, throw the straight left to the body. Just take what's there. Now, Joshua stepping in with a good left hook. Usyk got his hands up, but you could see it had an effect. Joshua with a hard left hook to the body and Usyk stepping off to the left. Couple of good hooks there by Joshua. Usyk straight left to the body and then a right hook to the body behind it, gets around the elbow. Usyk has a good sense for when to turn it up, for when to turn his energy up and throw an extra feint in there, throw an extra foot movement in there to throw Joshua off. He has a good sense for when to take the play away from his opponent, and he's doing that right now in the sixth, trying to turn it up. Joshua trying to find his range with power shots. Good jab lands for Usyk. Usyk slips underneath the right hand, staying in range, moving his head side to side. Usyk staying in punching range, steps off to the right now, and he backs out. Ooh, Joshua just off with a big left hook. Good combination by Joshua, but Usyk, good defense beat good offense there. Stepped out of range. Right hand to the body for Joshua. Close sixth round right now. Joshua maybe actually a little ahead, has landed some power shots, not cleanly, but partially. Usyk misses a 1-2 after Joshua lands on the gloves. Usyk touching with a left hand through the center. No power on it, but it landed. Joshua with 2 jabs to find his range. Usyk jabbing back. Joshua misses a right hand after eating a straight left, but there was no power on that straight left. Minute left in the sixth. Close round right now. Joshua lands the jab, but misses the right hand. 2 hard body shots for Joshua. Usyk's along the ropes. And Joshua almost able to make him pay up top, but those body shots got Usyk's attention. Eddie Hearn standing ringside screaming for body shots. I think with those 2 body shots, Joshua has the advantage right now in the 6th. Usyk stepping in with a straight left hand right hook. Joshua getting his hands up to block, but they got in a little bit there, partial. Usyk standing in range, working his hands. Joshua, good defense, keeps him up, catches. 30 seconds left in the 6th. Joshua, oh, straight right lands for Joshua. Didn't fully commit to it. Then Usyk comes back with a 4-punch combination. Joshua getting his hands up to block it. Usyk, good left hand to the body by Usyk, set up by a combination, and he lands a jab after it. 10 seconds left. Joshua trying to find the range with his power shots, and Usyk getting his hands up. 5 seconds left. Now, and we have our first maybe swing round in the 6th. That was a close round. Close round. I give the edge to Joshua. I'll give the edge to Joshua that round. Close round. Our first maybe swing round of the fight in the 6th. I thought Joshua's body shots had a real effect on Usyk. I gave that round to Joshua. I got this 57-57. Yeah, 57. So Drake Bell with the fire commentary. Thank you, Black Sheep. Yep. Yeah, Robert got AJ. Look, AJ's been bending down more. He hasn't been on as many feints. His body attack and positioning has been a lot better. So, yeah, Robert so far has already earned his money. Yeah, whether Joshua so here's the punch stats. 96 power punches thrown with 31 landed for Joshua, 44 landed for Usyk off 109. But remember, 1 Joshua power shot is 2 or 3 Usyk power shots. So, yeah, Usyk has a 13-punch connect advantage in power shots, but Joshua's, they got a lot more thud on him. I got this even. Here we are in round 7. Usyk starting off busier, shoots a straight left through the center and a right hand after that. Joshua getting up to block. Hard right hand lands for Usyk. Did that get Joshua's attention? It was like a jab hook. No, Joshua's fine, but it knocked the sweat off his head. That was another jab lands for Usyk. Joshua struggling with the range. They're stepping in, they're stepping out, but Usyk got a better sense of range, knows when to pull the trigger. Joshua stepping in with a right hand. Usyk tries to counter him with a left and just missed. Now Usyk firing a straight left to the body, taps the body again and gets underneath a big right hand counter from Joshua. Usyk with a good first minute in the 7th round here. Joshua swinging with a clubbing right hand. Usyk ducks underneath it. Joshua's got to find Usyk first just a little bit with that lead hand. Doesn't have to land the jab. Just got to find him for a second. And then there he is, touching with the left. Touching with the left is Joshua. Touching with the left is Joshua. Usyk touches back. Joshua tries to step into a right, thinks against it. Doesn't let it go. For Joshua, he's got to know where he's at with that lead hand and then dig into the body. Not know where he is with that lead hand and then throw up top. Straight right hand just missed for Joshua, and Usyk just off with the counter. Joshua getting his hands up to block the counters. Joshua shoots a straight right to the body. Usyk, hands a little lower now by his chest, and he bobs side to side, side to side, side to side, staying in front of Joshua. Double feint by Usyk. Shoots a straight left, but Joshua didn't have to eat it. Minute left in the 7th. Usyk winning this round. Straight right by Joshua, but Usyk blocks it. Then Usyk comes in with 2 body shots. Stepped in for a second, let a sweeping left and right go to the body. Straight left lands for Usyk on the outside. Steps off to his right. 45 seconds left in the 7th. Straight left lands for Joshua, for Usyk again, as Joshua was attempting to measure with the jab. Joshua just off with a lead left hook. 30 seconds left. Joshua misses the jab. Usyk ducks under, steps to his right. Usyk steps to his right again. Pawing with 3 jabs is Usyk, well out of range, not landing them. Double jab by Usyk again, pawing with it, not landing it. Usyk inching to his left, then jumps back to his right off a 1-2 to the body. And that's a hard rhythm to get down. Straight left for Usyk. Usyk with little half steps to the left, and then he steps off to his right, and then little half steps to his right, and then he moves off to his left, and a hard right uppercut. Joshua looked frustrated at the end of that round there. 4-3 Usyk. And but this looks like so frustrating for Joshua, who to give him credit is keeping his composure, but it just looks like he's doing a really hard calculus test that he can't wait to be over so he can leave the classroom. But he's doing all he can. But Usyk won that round. And on the replay on the zone, they're showing straight lefts through the guard. Joshua trying to step in with his jab, and Usyk knew right when to step off to the side and bang him with a straight left down the pipe. Mannix has this 68-65 Usyk 5 rounds to 2. I disagree with him about round 6, so I have it 4 rounds to 3 Usyk, 67-66. Go. All right, round 8 set to come up now. Joshua taking a long time on the stool before getting up, just a second before the round. Here we go, round 8. Usyk busier with the lead hand to start, shoots a straight left to the body. Joshua blocking a lead right hook, and Joshua complaining about the water in the center of the ring. And good move for Joshua. He could probably use the breather more than Usyk. He is the big guy who struggles with a faster pace more. So Joshua getting a breather here as they clean the water up. Usyk looking comfortable right now. Usyk looking in good shape, looking comfortable. Looks like a little bit more the comfortable of the two fighters. It has been fought his style more so. It's a chess match, and at the end of the day, he's the chess player. So, he has the advantage a little bit, but only a slight advantage on my card by 1 point. Here we go. Action resumes. Usyk double jab, shoots a straight left to the body off the double jab. That's what he's taking. When it's time to just take what the defense is giving him, that's what he's doing. Ooh, right hand lands for Joshua, but he misses the left hook behind it. Now Joshua digs with 2 body shots. Oh, Joshua off balance from 2 jabs by Usyk. It's the water again in the center of the ring. Usyk landing a good jab there. Steps in with the right jab. Parries the straight right hand lead of Joshua. Staying in front, dips his head down to the right, gets his head off to the side. Good left hook to the body by Joshua as Usyk kept moving his head. Straight left lands for Usyk, but another hard left hook to the body by Joshua. Good body shots this fight by Joshua. I think he's got a little advantage after the first minute in the 8th because of those body shots. Joshua just off with a straight right hand. Usyk almost walked into it, but took a step back at the last minute. Now he sweeps his left hand and lands a couple. Not a lot of power on those left hands by Usyk. Usyk with another straight left as he moves his head off the line, but just touching with it, not sitting on it. Hard right hand to the body, right underneath the elbows of Usyk. Good body shot by Joshua. Double jab by Usyk, backs Joshua off. Oh, Joshua just off with a right hand that could have really hurt Usyk. Usyk just got his hand up to block it in the exchange. Joshua having a solid round right now in the 8th. Usyk double jab, lands a straight left to the body and then a right hook up top, but not a lot of power on it. Joshua took it just fine. Oh, hard right uppercut to the body by Joshua. He eats a straight left, but he digs to the body again. Good right hand, left hook body combination. Eddie Hearn is screaming ringside for more body work. Joshua winning the 8th off his hard body shots. Straight left for Usyk, but no power on it. Usyk steps off to the side, off the double jab, doesn't fire anything. Joshua coming forward behind a jab now. Joshua should stay to the body. Usyk lands a straight left, but it's not getting Joshua's attention. He's not able to sit down. He doesn't want to sit down in exchange. He just wants to touch and get out of there right now. And he does that again. Touching Joshua up in this last 30 seconds. But not a lot of power on those shots. He touches the body and lands a right hook up top, but just touching Joshua. I don't know if those shots are going to be enough to offset the, left hand lands on the inside for Usyk. That was a good shot for Usyk. Right hook just off for Usyk as Joshua steps into the body shot. Usyk had some success that round, especially that last minute, but Joshua wins the 8th on my card with those hard body shots. 4-4. 4-4. Round 6 was close. Maybe. Oh, yeah. And on the replay on the zone, hard left hook to the body by Joshua is the replay. Another replay. Let's see. And it's another left hook to the body. Beautiful, but left hook to the body by Joshua. Some hard right uppercuts to the body, too. Good right uppercut to the body on the replay. Shoe shines to the body to follow it up. Misses the right hand up to the head, though. But that was great body work by Anthony Joshua. Robert Garcia, like I said a couple rounds ago, has already earned his money and proven his worth on this night right now, whether Joshua wins this or not. Yeah, 4-4, man. 4-4, 76-76. And now Joshua looks more comfortable getting off his stool. He doesn't look winded heading into the 9th round. Well, let's see. We got a good fight here. Usyk starts the round, letting his hands go, touching around Joshua's guard. Joshua just covering up, letting Usyk fire off and tap away with combinations. Joshua reaching with a right hand and left hook. Usyk just getting out of the way of it, but Joshua aggressive, letting his hands go. Straight left for Usyk, no power on it. Joshua digs to the body with Usyk along the ropes. He lands a good right and a left to the body. Usyk bangs his gloves together as if to say, come on, I got to get going. Usyk will have to maybe sit down here, take some chances. Joshua not letting Usyk step inside and land his shots in range. Usyk touching up top, but Joshua touching and landing, catching the shots and lands a hard left hook to the body as Usyk touched up top on his gloves. Another right hand to the body by Joshua. Jab lands for Joshua, backing Usyk off a little bit. Usyk steps in with 2 body shots of his own, but they don't have the oomph on it that Joshua's shots have. Joshua steps in with a 1-2. Good defense by Usyk, getting his head off the line. Left hand lands for Usyk. No power on it, though, and Joshua doesn't give ground. Lands a jab after eating that left hand. Jab lands for Usyk. Oh, Joshua clubbing around with a hard sweeping right hand and the left hook, and Usyk not eating it clean, but they partially land, and it has an effect. Right hook to the body lands for Usyk. Good hook to the body by Usyk. Joshua goes hard. Right uppercut lands for Joshua. That was his best headshot of the fight. Usyk was forced to cover up, worrying about the body shots, and he ate a right uppercut. Usyk a little buzz. Joshua, wow, bangs him on the top of the head in the clinch. Joshua getting mean like we wanted, and he smiles. Minute left in the 9th. Joshua winning the round. Usyk a little buzzed from that right uppercut. Usyk covering up. Usyk is hurt. Usyk is hurt. Joshua trying to follow up on him. Usyk clinching. Joshua not able to land anything clean to follow up on it. Usyk takes a deep breath. He's in a little bit of trouble now. Maybe he can walk. Oh, Joshua just off with a right hand, left hook combination. Right hand of the body lands for Joshua. Beautiful adjustments from the London former heavyweight champ. Is he on his way to being a 3-time heavyweight champ? Left hook lands for Joshua and a right hand. Usyk just covering up to take it. Moves away. Usyk still alert, still moving around. 10 seconds left. Looks like he's going to get out of the round. And that was the best round Joshua has ever fought against Oleksandr. Oh, right hand to the body. Joshua smiling like he's figuring things out. 5-4, Anthony Joshua. He takes the lead on my card. Wow. What patience and composure for Joshua to stick to the game plan and keep finding the answers to the body. 86-85, Anthony Joshua after 9. Man. Woo. And Joshua at one point in the clinch, as Usyk was hurt, did I guess an MMA punch? What do they call that, MMA guys? I don't watch MMA, but he did punch downwards on him on the top of his head. Someone help me out. So, man, we got some Nigerian flags in here. They're starting to taste it. They're starting to taste their guy. Might pull this off. Let's see in round 10, does Usyk have an answer? Mannix and DAZN have it the other way around. 86-85 Usyk. I have it 86-85 Joshua. That 6th round was close. I gave it to AJ. 10th round. Here we go. Joshua or Usyk steps in, lands a good jab, but Joshua is really taking those punches like they're nothing right now. Usyk steps in with a 1-2-1, then a 1-2-3, but Joshua keeps smiling, keeping his hands up. Straight left lands for Usyk, but he's not committing to anything. Joshua is committing to almost everything. Hard right hook lands for Usyk. Joshua stepping in. Now Joshua's a little buzzed. Usyk lands a left hand after, but Joshua being a G right now, man. He is stepping right through it, staying on his front foot. But he walked into a right hook. Now Usyk lands a left hand. Joshua buzzed. Usyk sweeping with shots. Left hooks, right hooks, left hooks, right hooks. Not throwing down the center, trying to sweep around the guard. Joshua showing his moxie. Hanging in there, staying on the front foot. Oh, Joshua being spun around, but he's keeping his hands up, catching the power shots. He's buzzed. Joshua keeping his hands up, catch. But he's buzzed. He's staying on top of Usyk. He doesn't want to back off. Joshua doesn't want to back off despite eating some heavy power shots this round. Usyk digs to the body. Hard left hand to the body for Usyk. Oh, but Joshua lands a straight right hand that knocks Usyk's head up. Usyk is buzzed after that. He complains about the low punches. Usyk still alert. Halfway through the 10th, Usyk is winning the round, but he got buzzed by a right hand. Joshua is showing all the grit that people were hoping to see, win or lose. Both fighters buzzed in the 10th. Neither guy lands. Usyk touching the guard of Joshua. Right uppercut lands for Usyk. He steps around. Left uppercut lands for Usyk, but Joshua takes it. Joshua not buzzed from the uppercut. Right hook lands for Usyk off the combination. Oh, straight left lands for Usyk. Joshua buzzed and says, come on. Left hand lands for Usyk around the guard. Usyk having a big round. Double jab for Usyk, and he just touches with the left. Joshua's tired. He slinks to the rope. Is he playing possum? Is Joshua trying to play possum here, trying to lure Usyk in, or is he just tired? 20 seconds left. Usyk wary of stepping in. Lands a left hand, lands a right hand, not committing to it. Ooh, just off with a left uppercut is Usyk, but he lands the right hand after it. Combinations for Usyk. Joshua forced to cover up and eat the combinations. Body shots for Usyk. He finishes with a right hook up top. Joshua still letting the right hand go at the bell. That's it. Big round for Usyk. 5 rounds to 5. 95-95. 2 rounds left. Joshua ate a lot of punches that round. A lot of punches. Body language began to deteriorate in the second half of the round, but showing a lot of dog. A lot of dog. Is Anthony Joshua. Maybe he got ahead of himself. You know, he was forced into playing chess, but he was making good chess adjustments, and the body shots were landing. Then he hurts Usyk in the 9th. Looks like he tried to capitalize on it, maybe go for the kill, and he walked into power shots from Usyk trying to do that. Maybe he got a little ahead of himself. 2 rounds left, and the fight's on the table, 5-5. Man, there is drama down the stretch. Evander Holyfield ringside, and he has a look on his face like, not bad. Yeah, good little fight. Not exactly me and Riddick Bowe, but yeah, they're not, they're not putting me to sleep. All right, here we go. Round 11 starts, and Usyk letting his hands go, swiping around the guard of Joshua. 4, 5, 6 punch combination to get started. Joshua getting his hands up, but partially those shots are getting in. Joshua tired. Straight left lands for Usyk. Another left hand through the center. But Joshua's trying to stay in range and land a bomb. But he looks tired here, and he's starting to swing and miss now. Looking a little more sluggish with his hand speed. Usyk still alert, still bouncing around, still retaining his agility. Usyk getting off first in this first minute of the round. He's got a little advantage here in the first 45 seconds. Right hand lands for Usyk as Joshua tried to step in with a right hand. Hey, AJ is he's taking chances. He's risking walking into those hard 2 body shots for Joshua. Usyk coming back up top. Good right uppercut to the body by Usyk as he steps in, but those are 2 good body shots by Joshua. Double jab for Usyk. He steps off, just touches with it. Another 2-touch jab. Lands a left hand. Ooh, just off with a right uppercut is Usyk. Joshua tired with his left uppercut back. Usyk letting 3 or 4 shots go back. Joshua covering up, but some of them shots get in. Hard right hand to the body for Joshua. Usyk forced to cover up. He's looking at the ref like, come on, that was low, but the ref didn't call it low. And it made Usyk shell up on the ropes. Jab lands for Usyk, and a right hook around the guard off the double jab, straight left, sets up the right hook around the guard. Joshua steps in with a right hand to the body, but he eats some shots up top to land it. Oh, Usyk counters the body shot with a hard one, too. He makes Joshua swing and miss with a right hand to the body. Uppercut lands for Usyk and a straight left off the right uppercut. Joshua tired. Joshua tired with his punches right now. Tries to lean on Usyk on the ropes, but Joshua is winded. Minute left in the 11th round, and Usyk's winning it. Right uppercut / jab lands for Usyk. That's that uppercut jab from the southpaw. Ooh, double jab lands for Usyk as he makes Joshua miss a straight right hand. Quicker hands, better stamina, better agility and footwork. 1-2, 1-2 down the center for Usyk now, winning the 11th round. The smaller man's gas tank really helping him out here. Joshua just can't keep up with this pace in the 11th. Usyk is getting off combinations. He's landing combinations. He's touching the head and the body, and his defense is still sharp in the 11th. Straight left lands for Usyk. Body shot lands for Usyk. Joshua with a hard right hand to the body, but he clinches, falls into a clinch afterwards, fatigued. 10 seconds left, but Usyk smiling and takes a deep breath. He had a great 11th round. Runs his hands again in combination as Joshua falls in. Usyk, with his hands at his side, clowns a little bit at the bell, and that's it. 6-5, Oleksandr Usyk. Man, what a fight. Been a good fight. Well, what a fight down the stretch. The first 6 rounds, a lot of chess, but this fight heated up in the second half. Usyk definitely won the 11th. I got it 6-5 on my card. Usyk is praying in the corner right now. Yep, Usyk sending a prayer in the corner. I believe he's an Eastern Orthodox Christian or Catholic. Yeah, that's that Eastern Orthodox Christianity that they do in Russia, Ukraine. But yes. All right, last round, guys. To be honest, you would think Usyk has the advantage here. He's ahead of point on the card, and Joshua is definitely the more tired fighter. You could just see in his punches that they didn't have the same snap on him that last round. So he may come up just short here. Maybe like Jermaine Taylor against Kelly Pavlik in their rematch, and you know, making some great adjustments, but still falling short. Let's see, last round here, 10 seconds into it. Both guys starting with their lead hands. Let's see if Joshua can produce something epic here. He only needs to win the round to still get a draw. Let's see. Joshua coming forward, tries a hook. Usyk bouncing in and out, shoves Joshua out of the clinch and lands a little jab there. Usyk coming forward, inching forward, lands hard to the body, does Usyk. Good, steps in with a good body shot there. Joshua comes back with a left hook to the body. Usyk comes back with a jab up top. Straight right lands for Joshua. Usyk took it well. He lands a right hook back, but that was a good straight right hand by Joshua. Now Usyk comes back with a 1-2-3. Usyk short with a 1-2, fires a jab behind it, fires another straight left hand. Joshua with 2 jabs, trying to find his range for a power shot. Misses with a right hand. He eats a 1-2-3 counter by Usyk. What a 1-2-3 counter by Usyk. And then a straight left, he steps off. Joshua tried to land that right hand, but he ate another 1-2-3 by Usyk off the counter. Usyk simply making Joshua miss the right hand and then shoots a hard left hook and lands for Joshua. Usyk blocked the right hand, but he ate the left hook. Now Usyk slips underneath and lands a body shot. Joshua blocks the right hook up top. Joshua lands a jab as Usyk shoots a straight left. Halfway through, 1.5 minutes left in the 6th round, or the final round, excuse me. Usyk has landed more shots this round, but Joshua has hit him with 2 or 3 hard right hands. It's still a close round. Minute 20 left. Straight right for Joshua. Usyk comes back with a straight left. Oh, Usyk just off with a right hook. Joshua looks a little weary. Legs don't look good. Oh, Usyk nailing Joshua as Joshua comes in with bad legs. Joshua exhausted, puts his body weight on top of Usyk in the clinch. 1 minute left in the 12th. I think Usyk a little ahead in this round, but Joshua has landed some good hard right hands. Usyk following up with combinations. Joshua tired, covering up. Right hook lands for Usyk off the 1-2-3. Oh, Joshua almost lands a straight right. Oh, right hook again for Usyk. It's been all 1-2-3, 1-2-3. And when the 1 and the 2 aren't landing for Usyk, the 3, the right hook is. It's been the 1-2-3 for Usyk in the 12th. Step back, 1-2-3. 30 seconds left. Usyk will head in the round. Straight left lands for Usyk and a right hook counter as Joshua tried to step in. Joshua just too slow with these right hands in the championship rounds now. These last 2 or 3 rounds, Usyk can see it coming. He steps off to the side and counters with quicker hands. About 10 seconds left, and that is it. That's it. 7-5, 115, 113. Oleksandr Usyk. I think it was a clear 7-5 for Usyk. Very good fight. I'll tell you what, this fight reminded me a hell of a lot of Jermaine Taylor versus Kelly Pavlik 2. Taylor, being Joshua, went back to the gym. He made a lot of great adjustments. He did a lot of the adjustments necessary to win, and he came close to winning, but not quite. This guy still had his number. Let's see if the judges got it right. Both guys fall to their knees in the center of the ring and pray together, hug each other. They've been great sportsmen through both of their fights. They gave us a hell of a fight tonight, especially in the second half. It really heated up. That was a fun fight to call. Joshua's exhausted. Definitely is probably going to be proud of the effort he gave. The big man's gas tank let him down, but he's a 6'6" Adonis. He's going to be a guy who always has problems in a fast-paced 12-round fight. But Usyk, again, it was more high-speed chess this time than just chess. But he made enough. He did enough. He got off enough. He landed more often to offset the power shots of Joshua. But Joshua, Joshua did buzz Usyk in that 12th round. On the DAZN replay, they are showing Joshua's power shots, but I felt that was an Usyk round. I mean, he tagged Joshua about 25 times that round to make up for the handful of power shots that Joshua did land and did buzz Usyk with. It was a competitive 12th round, but still I thought a clear Usyk round, not quite a swing round. So let's see what we got. Thank you, Jewel Fusion. Yeah, thanks to everybody who has been enjoying the commentary, especially you folks at work or couldn't catch the fight on TV. I love if I was able to fill you in throughout, if you wanted to catch the fight, but you had work or you don't have DAZN. So oh man, DAZN is crashing on me. Joshua having a little convo with Usyk there. Thank you, brother. Tajdar Hajmi, the best. Thank you, man. Rufus Collins, thank you, man. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. My voice, it must have been decent commentary because my voice does hurt a little bit, and it usually doesn't, just calling fights here at the house when we're not ringside. But when it's the heavyweight championship on the line, and you got that kind of drama, both guys are alternating rounds back and forth. Both guys are getting buzzed. It's exciting. It wasn't Fury Wilder 3, but it was exciting. It was a good fight. Definitely the more exciting fight. And Joshua is joining Usyk and holding up the Ukrainian flag right now as we await the judge's verdict. Here we go. You guys got it, man. Thank you guys for enjoying the commentary. All right, come on. Let's get this verdict, folks. Come on now. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, Mike. What do you got for us, Mikey Buffer? We go to the scorecard. 115, 113 for Joshua. Ew. Other judge has it 115, 113 for Usyk. And 116, 112 for the winner by split decision. And still, heavyweight champion, deservedly, Oleksandr Usyk, who is now being, crying, being brought to tears. He had to walk through a lot more adversity tonight than he did in fight one. He had to walk through adversity in fight one too, right? Really around the same rounds, I think, around 8 and 9, just like in fight one. But He holds on to his belts, and he's a great fighter. He is a modern day great fighter. You know, we don't want to throw words around like that too lightly, but he is a modern day great fighter coming up from cruiserweight, beating Joshua twice. Now 20-0, 13 knockouts. Has a great chin for a guy who came up from cruiserweight. Withstood some really hard body shots. Withstood a great game plan and adjustments from Robert Garcia, and and is a yeah, it is still the second best heavyweight in the world. When it and you know, to move on now to the fight we all would want to see, Usyk and Fury. Look, I favor Fury. I just think that fight has always been a case of a good big man beats a good little man. Now, I think it's fair to read into things and go, well, why are you picking Fury when he's never shown any willingness to want to fight Usyk? And he's admitted on the Joe Rogan podcast that the toughest fight he ever had was Cunningham because he was pretty much, quote, a cruiserweight who was a smaller guy and a boxer who could outbox me. I like to be the boxer. I like to be the quicker, more nimble-footed boxer when I'm in the ring. If you actually have that advantage over me, that gives me more problems than it does other styles. So if you take what he said with Rogan and you take the fact that he's never really wanted to fight Usyk, and you counter me with that, I get it. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a good big man beats a good little man. Tyson Fury got beautiful footwork just like him. Tyson Fury has great hand speed just like him. And I think Fury against the southpaw will line him up with his right hand repeatedly. Fury has a great right hand. That's the right hand he took Wilder out with. But he has, especially if he stays with Sugar Hill, and he's, you know, he was all full of shit about going with Isaac Lowe and leaving the great Sugar Hill, who took him to another level. As long as he stays with Sugar Hill, he'll be fine. He could, when it gets time to be rough and physical, he could lean on this guy three times as good as AJ. He knows how to do that. He knows how to lean on you in the clinches. He knows how to fight big since he got with Sugar Hill. But he still got that great hand speed and light on his feet at 6'9". I got Fury all day over Usyk, but this is Usyk's night. He fought a wonderful fight. He's a great fighter, pound for pound, and you know, tonight's his night. And I imagine in the Ukraine, he just went to 3 or 4 higher levels. You know, that fight was on for free in the Ukraine at a time of war. I'm sure they are just, you know, in an awful time, for a moment at least, overjoyed with how he fought, you know. So good stuff for Usyk. I still got to give the edge to the Gypsy King. Not the edge. I pick him outwardly. That's not a fight where I hesitate to pick Fury. I got Fury. Although again, what he said about Cunningham, never wanted to really fight Usyk, and Otto Wallin was a southpaw who gave Fury hell. And Otto Wallin, it's not like he did a whole lot of special things in there. He just gave him the southpaw angles. He stayed on top of him. Didn't get flustered or frustrated. And he gave Fury, I think Fury wasn't on his best night that night, but he gave him hell. So there's definitely a case to build up that Usyk could pull off that upset. But I wouldn't pick him. I'm picking Fury. What's AJ saying now? Let's hear what AJ's saying. Joshua's just saying he trained his ass off. He's just in the ring with the microphone now, talking to his fans, because you know it's a largely Joshua crowd out there in Dubai. He's Joshua's holding up Usyk's hand and giving him lots of praise to the crowd. Puts his arm over him and tells him, "This is the guy. This guy is the truth." And he's saying, "How about a round of applause for Oleksandr Usyk?" He says, "He's a tough motherfucker." I think that's what he said. He said, "I'm not." He said, "This is hard work. I'm not." He said, "Where's the combinations and all that? I'm not Sonny Liston or Mike Tyson. And then I'm not 14 stone. I'm 18 stone. It's hard work. This guy right here is a bad motherfucker." That's what Joshua's saying right now about Usyk. He's giving his props. So So I actually said this. I know some of you guys, catch me on the Portaway podcast, but I said this once on the show. I said I didn't expect when this rematch was announced. I didn't expect him to win the rematch, but I said this then, and I'll say it again now. If Anthony Joshua just hangs around, if he still is committed to being a fighter and hungry, and he hangs around the heavyweight division at 32, which is still a good, pretty young age for a heavyweight. Heavyweights, Usyk's 35 and looked as good as ever. Heavyweights a lot of them are even better in their 30s. If he just hangs around, stays committed, keeps learning, I would not want to be around Anthony Joshua on one of these given nights on the coming years where he's got the right kind of nasty attitude and he's continued to stay committed to boxing. I don't count Joshua out of winning some big fights going forward. Like I remember Shane Mosley, he lost a couple of fights to Vernon Forrest. He loses a couple of fights to Winky Wright. He loses to Miguel Cotto. But when Antonio Margarito, he got him on the wrong night. Shane was going through a divorce at the time, and he got with he got with Nazim Richardson. So a few of these ingredients came together on a given night for Shane that brought a mean-spirited, ready to fight Shane Mosley into the ring, and he beat the shit out of Antonio Margarito. And I don't think that kind of scenario is out of the realm of possibility for Joshua. If he stays committed, keeps learning with Robert, doesn't let this loss break him, he could still show up on a number of nights and beat a lot of top heavyweights, of Frank Sanchez. He could beat a lot of those guys. The guy who I still think he would beat Joe Joyce, the winner of Joyce and Parker. I still want to see him and Wilder. If Wilder's still the same guy, I give the edge to Wilder because at the end of the day, AJ is there to be hit, and you just can't get hit by that guy. But I would love to see Joshua and Wilder. Would love to see that fight. Would love to see that fight. In America, that fight is still much bigger than probably Usyk and Fury. Joshua and Wilder is a bigger fight in America than that fight. As for Usyk, of course, we want Fury. But if Fury is serious about retirement, which I don't think he is, then I want Usyk and Wilder if Wilder looks good against Helenius. I want that fight because that's a tightrope act for Usyk. Those right hands he got caught by Joshua with, like he can't get caught by any of them with Wilder. He gave up a dozen right hands to Joshua tonight. He can't give up a half a dozen against Wilder. So, but Wilder, Wilder hasn't shown us what Joshua showed us tonight, bending the knees, high, keeping the high guard. Like, Joshua was technically fundamentally sound tonight, and that's something Wilder has shown in his bag. But Wilder's athletic. He's not some slow plodding guy. He can, as long as those fights didn't take too much out of him with Fury, not only is his right hand powerful, but it's fast. So you could see it landing against Usyk. He just got to land it once or twice. So I would love that fight as long as Wilder checks out October 15th, as long as he still looks like Deontay. Let's see. So someone said he had no right to move. But yeah, anything else, guys, before I get up out of here? I know we got Sergey Lipinets taking on Omar Figueroa on Showtime. Catch those fights. I don't think any guy has a future in the division, but it's a fun stylistic matchup. And you do have some top 130 and 140 pounders going head-to-head in the opening bouts on Showtime. And then, or not the opening bouts, but the co-main events. And then on ESPN tonight, Vaquero, the Cowboy, Navarrete, and Muhammad Ali's grandson, Nico Ali Walsh. I'm not sure if we'll be going live for that. Maybe not. But thank you guys for keeping it locked in for this one. Does anybody got anything for me in the chat before I get up out of here? Let's see. Who else left? Both get knocked out by Wilder. Need to go pro, John. Bro, this is awesome, John. Thank you, Rufus. Will I watch UFC tonight? No, Savage. I'm not a UFC guy, man. I'm not an MMA guy. I love boxing from a young age, and I remember Dana White very wisely shitting on boxing to help get his product on the map. And it worked. But I'll always, I really respect the MMA guys because they've gotten so much faster and more athletic than when it was the Chuck Liddell days. That's when I used to mock them a little bit and go, come on, you guys think, you know, come on. You know, but no, I have a ton of respect for the athletes, but I'm a boxing guy through and through, you know, I just stick with boxing. Let's see. Usyk is the best. Tyson needs to come out and agree to fight him. Yeah. Tyson too big for Usyk. That's how I got it. Good big man beats a good smaller man. WF fighter pilot, Sean Future Bach. Thank you. We love that. Think 2B said, appreciate the commentary at work. That's all. Yeah, that's one of the scenarios I love doing it for the most. People who wanted to watch the fight, but they're at work. So one more. Who won? Who won from Demba? Oleksandr Usyk wins a split decision. Clearly won the fight 7 rounds to 5. Very competitive, but kind of like you know, kind of reminded me of Taylor Pavlik too. So, will I ever change my hairstyle? I will. I'm sure I will at some point. But just when I want to. I just, you know, not don't want to do it yet. But okay, see, looks like that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the live. I had a lot of fun calling it. You guys were really great in the chat. Much love to everybody who tuned in all around the world. Keep it locked in on FightHype. You know we always got something coming. And stay tuned for the Z cap. I will have a Z cap on this fight. Stay tuned. Thanks, everybody.